Banton. And Datton. Meet Datton.
Fix this screen over here.
Hello.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I got you.
We're live.
Hey.
Hi.
Hold up. I'm trying to. No, y'all be all right.
You're not gonna let me look at this.
Everybody.
Well.
This is the Panda Cat Podcast. We're here with myself, Chris Cash, Jay Page, special guest Anthony Boyd,
Move your mic.
Yeah.
Show everybody your face.
Brian Cox, and the Pokemon King, Devin Ward. We're here at Bushido MMA. How's everybody's week going? Let's start off with that. I've missed you guys.
Shut up. Nobody likes you.
Devin,
You want me to start? Well,
yeah, how was your week, Bubba?
I'm upset. I'm numb to the pain at this point, but
Tell us about your insides exploding.
well, I go for my consultation tomorrow to see when they're going to cut my appendix out. They should have done weeks ago, but
What's wrong?
There's a big wide gap right there. What are you doing? See this right here? Behind Devin? Yes, we're having technical difficulty. Oh, we got an echo.
Ready.
Yeah. There you go.
So you happy now?
I am now.
Okay.
I wasn't a minute ago. Sit down.
Sorry.
Sit down. Now shut up.
Devin, you were saying?
It wouldn't be a show if we didn't have technical
Good.
difficulties.
What happened?
with my
You
inside,
tell for the ones that don't know, what happened to your
Well,
guts?
my appendix blew up
Your appendix
inside
blew
my
up.
body, and
Literally.
they didn't take it out because they said,
Because of ballot health.
No,
Let's
hold
talk
on.
about that for a minute.
It was weird, man. They said
How much time you got?
they came into my room and I said, let's get this out of me, and they said, we can't, you're too sick with it.
You too sick with it?
Mic drop.
Too sick
What?
with it.
And they said,
Like, tell me somebody I already know.
I said, what does that mean? Am I going to
Too
be
sick
okay?
with it.
And they
Okay.
said, I guess.
So you got this junk floating all around in the
They gave me a
insides of
bunch
your...
of antibiotics, and they're going to cut it out in like a week.
Now, you know what Debbie told me?
Too sick with it.
Aunt Debbie?
Aunt Debbie.
She told me that it got wrapped around some kind of organs, and they was afraid that if they did any cutting on the
It
inside,
inflamed my colon,
it inflamed your colon,
and if they went in, they could have nicked my colon.
and you couldn't poop no more.
But
We don't need
No,
that.
that's a problem.
I really
You
had to
can't
press them for that because all they would tell me is that I was too sick with it.
Too
Over and over again. It took me I was in the hospital for 2 days because they wouldn't
I
tell
like
me
it.
anything.
Is it called down with sickness? Is that what we're going with?
What? You down with the sickness?
Kept
sick
asking
with
me
it,
for
son.
my
Get up.
autograph.
Come on down with the sickness.
Sorry.
Brian, how was your week, Bubba?
Man, pretty good.
Hey, we're glad you're okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, 100%.
I called you to make sure you was
You
all
did.
right.
You did.
I love you.
I was hoping you leave me your Pokemon collection.
I would have left Chris.
I will that to no one. I take that into my grave.
It goes in the coffin.
Oh, man.
You look beautiful. You do. Yeah, I'm sure that
Do
was.
I look well?
Well,
I feel well.
Oh, I
I'm
see
sure
what-
that
I
was
see
you.
how it
You look
Yeah.
sick with it.
You look sick with it.
Good.
Hey.
No one's seen this, by the way. I didn't put a cream soda cap on a Jack Ball.
And so it begins. Wow. Kicking
Thing
in
is, he's not
already.
even drunk yet.
Yeah.
Just put that right back. Act like that never happened.
All right, Brian, your turn. What happened?
Well,
Looks like you ran a sport.
So I ran a Spartan race this
He
weekend.
did not. I ran the sport.
Check out my fly gear I
What
got
do they call
here.
that? Stolen valor? Yeah.
Got my
What you got there, Brian?
championship necklace, you
Yeah.
know. It's
beautiful.
bling bling.
It's heavy looking.
It is heavy. It's weighing me down. It's got my thick neck holding this up, bruh. Bruh.
Okay.
Too thick with it.
He's thick with it, and he's sick with it.
Yeah.
So what happened with your day?
Oh, man.
How was your
My
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was good, bro, man. We just had the family, the usual. Got fed, full, fat.
Lies.
No, not
You don't stop it. Dude, this man eats more than anything I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about hippopotamuses.
I'm a grown
talking
boy.
about like things that eat a lot.
People like him can eat
For day.
boatloads
And-
and don't gain a pound. We look at it and we gain 5.
Yeah,
I'm a grown
since
boy,
we're talking
man.
about it right now, I gained 7 pounds.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
Jerk.
I mean, you know, I do what I can. You're welcome.
Nobody here likes you either. Anthony, how was yours?
Jeez. See how you, as I say, who needs enemies?
I'm playing, man. I'm playing. How was the rest of it?
Everything was good, man. We
You didn't have no surgeries.
no surgeries.
No.
I wasn't sick with it.
Nothing burst inside
Nothing
your
exploded
body.
burst.
inside you.
I mean, everything was
You
good.
belly felt like it was about to
My
explode.
belly
right?
felt pretty full. I mean,
So
you
did
know.
there.
Yeah, man, we ate, got full, man. My brother-in-law smoked the turkey, man, killed it.
Smoke the what?
Smoked the turkey.
Fire.
It was good, man. We smoked the whole turkey.
Took forever to stuff, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, dude, it was good.
Cool.
And
Did
just
you poop
kinda
a lot?
relaxed. Pooped a whole lot, man.
Nice.
It was a whole lot of pooping.
You're
Your
talking
co-
about poop.
Yeah,
First
well,
two's poop.
Yeah.
First
well,
two poop.
hey,
Don't have any good
Keep
poop
it going.
his colon was on dire straits there for a minute. We need to make sure everybody's colon's okay before we get to Chris.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anthony, how was your weekend, brother?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Anything
by all
else?
means. No.
I got tired of hearing him. So
Forgot.
Hey, what's going on here?
Mine was kind of exciting. I had me and my wife had our 8-year anniversary.
oh, congratulations. Let's,
So
you don't hear that much anymore these days.
Around.
we were talking to my boss on the phone, and Shanna said, "I'll have a crown in heaven for putting up with him this long." He said, "Girl, you got a whole warehouse full of crowns." It started out good. We're in the car business, cash, so
Yeah.
slammed them last couple days.
Yeah, that's about how my last few days went.
We got too many car dealers.
Hey, there's Aaron. Aaron hopped on there. My boy,
I will
Aaron
say
Collins. What's up, brother?
There's a lot of car dealerships, a lot of competition in this area for car dealers. I don't care who you are.
Well, where do you work at? Let's have a shameless plug. Go ahead.
Honda Kingsport.
Honda Kingsport.
Chance Scott Kia.
I haven't got to you yet. Calm down.
What, a mile away from each other?
If
About
it's
a
got to
mile?
be
Enemies. Enemies.
It's
Not
the
a lot
Kingsport
of
motor
enemies.
mile.
We just got a different clientele.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm okay with it.
But are you?
Yeah,
Are you?
I'm not gonna
Is
hate,
you?
I'm not gonna hate on
Is
somebody
you?
else for being
But
successful.
Thanksgiving was good. Had a good week.
Yeah,
We had a good time.
what'd you have?
We went to Ruth's Chris,
Oh yeah.
and it was probably the best steak I've ever eaten in my life.
Nice.
Ruth's Chris.
Bruce Chris.
Yeah, it's a steakhouse. You should go.
Never heard of
Where's
it.
it at?
There's one in Knoxville.
I'm in.
Let's go. Right now. In the podcast.
And that's the podcast. We're gonna wrap this up.
We need to get the panda
this thing.
head in. Get the panda head
Rigo said, "What up, homies?"
in. Rigo!
Rodrigo. God, that's someone else when you get on. I'm gonna raise this camera.
Did you get him?
I'm about to tell you.
He's behind the bag. There it is.
Boom.
Bless it. It looks like he's behind. He's got the backpack in front of him. That'll work.
Ta-da.
Special guest.
Let's go ahead and plug Bushido back.
Yeah, since we're talking
Dude.
about bags.
So,
Bags.
like I was telling you guys, since I've not
Now
been
the
able to
frame.
be doing jujitsu or training, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, playing with a lot of friends. I use my Bushido bag every day. Throw my Switch in there, throw any other little knickknacks I need to take with me.
Yeah.
It's the perfect thing just to tote
Dude,
some
it's
stuff
a-
around.
I'll put my beer in it.
It's a small, compact bag. It's under $40. Use code PandaCat for 10% off your cart.
PandaKat.
That's
We're
right.
edgy. We misspell it. Panda cat.
Panda cat.
No, I mean, and it fits on a big guy. We found that out last week.
Yep.
It really don't.
Shut up. But they're right here. They're cool little bags.
They are cool.
No,
Shout to Eric Jordan and
Angie Jordan.
and Angie Jordan.
Absolutely. And they sent me Pokemon stickers with my bag.
Oh, that's cool.
He sent me a Blastoise sticker and a Pokemon sticker.
I didn't get no Pokemon sticker.
Eric said that all special guests get one free, right?
I think so. I think it's
I believe
Not what he said.
Might have to check.
It's a little stretched out. He tried to try it on
Hit
last
with
time.
that Louisville Slugger.
No doubt. Did you know Eric Jordan has a tattoo?
Yes,
of
I
Louisville Slugger.
I
on
crack
his
up
shin?
every time I see it. I try my hardest. I'm like, okay, Eric's teaching.
The funny thing, if you look at his leg,
Yeah.
it looks like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
It feels like a baseball.
Yeah, yeah. I sparred. I sparred with Eric one time, and he kicked me. I was like,
And he spared you.
So anytime if you see somebody with a Louisville Slugger tattooed on their legs, just go the other way.
Eric
If
is
you-
just
if you're gonna fight somebody like that, why?
he's deceptively he's deceptively nice. When you
He
see
is.
him, you don't think he could harm a fly, and he does more damage in the shortest amount of time I've ever seen anybody do. He surprisingly kills you.
He's an assassin.
You're dead, you don't even know it. You're just walking around like a ghost.
He's an assassin.
He'll kick you into the spirit
Well,
world.
how's your week?
Who, me?
Yeah, we heard your week.
My
Oh,
week was golden. Me and my buddy Gene Grapperhouse went down to North Carolina.
What is this thing?
just ignore it.
Okay.
It's the other chat.
Me and Gene Grapperhouse went down to North Carolina, and we didn't compete. It was more of a survival.
Complete.
We completed the Spartan race. Now, I was wrong about these races. Last time I said something about the races, there is approximately a 4-mile run with 20 obstacles called the Sprint. That's the one. That's
The one that I won. Yeah.
the one that Brian's taking credit for, right? That one. Then, if you notice, there's a piece behind that medal.
Let me just
Slide that.
take this off here. So
There's a piece behind.
Hold up,
that,
Brian.
Okay.
Hold up.
That's one of the trifecta pieces. Okay. You got a red one, a green one, and a blue one. The second race is approximately 9 miles long. I think it's a blue one, and it's called the Super, which is approximately 9 miles long with all the
So
obstacles.
you didn't
in it.
get those.
Didn't get those yet because I'm going to do that next year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the third race is the Beast, which is 13 miles long.
Ooh. All the same way you said?
Yeah. With mud and the barbed
What
wire.
do they do? Just take a water hose and just.
No, it rained.
all right, so
It rained the day before, and they had to. There was a 30% completion rate the day before in the Ultra. There's a fourth race called the Ultra. Take a wild guess how long that race is. 30.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was gonna say, I
30
know.
miles. How did you know?
You told me.
Oh, 30 miles.
The ultra runners.
The
run
Ultra
those.
runners run those.
all right, so
That's insane.
It's crazy.
so how what's your downtime in between each race? So say
It depends on how far you want to push.
right.
The guy that won the sprint, he finished it in 58 minutes, in under an hour.
Golly.
I finished in an hour and 49 minutes. It's brutal. It's just
It was
if you
brutal.
miss, and I found out what my strengths and weaknesses were. If I'm hanging off something like a parallel bar or rings or a rope climb or something,
Easy.
I didn't even try no.
Oh, no?
I couldn't do
Really?
it. If I went under something like barbed wire or rope or something like that to crawl, where we do the bear crawls and the gator walks and the shrimps and everything we do in the mat, no problem. If it's a wall, I'm over it, no problem. If it's hanging, if I'm hanging on something, it's all right.
Or you gotta hold.
You got
You
to.
got good grip strength.
I
though.
get grip
What's up
strength,
with
but this right here, I need to get rid of this. My core is too fat. It's way too heavy.
We can work on that.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of losing weight and doing it the right way. But there was 4 obstacles that I didn't get, and I had to do 30 burpees for every obstacle that I didn't complete.
That sucks.
And at the end, there's a spear throw.
I seen that.
Yeah. So I had to get this spear. If I had to jump the fence and
Josh.
Josh
Gardner.
Josh said, "What up?"
So how'd you feel after all that extenuous?
Felt
activity?
great.
Old Gardner.
I felt like I was floating in a cloud.
Nice.
It was awesome, and you guys need to do it with me. Devin, you'd kill it.
I would love to.
Kill it.
Let's
And
talk
you-
about though. I remember, if we recall, you said you wouldn't want to wear a headband, right?
Yeah, I wore the headband.
Yeah.
I had to wear the headband.
Yeah, so-
it fit just nice. I was like, okay,
You felt like LeBron.
we cool.
Feel like LeBron out there.
I was sick with it. But you know what obstacle got me the worst out of all of them?
What's that?
And this is the obstacle I thought was the easiest, is the duck under.
Oh,
Going
yeah,
underwater.
yeah.
Oh,
Going
the cold
underwater.
ass ice
It
water.
was so cold, and everybody's like 1, 2, and I'm like, screw that. I'm going to dolphin under, and I was just like,
What? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. So it was when you were completely submerged that changed everything.
that scared me to death because when you're submerged in it, it's muddy water. You can't see. You don't know what you're flying into.
Your breath just goes.
Yeah, you're just like,
How'd your
yeah.
shoes feel after that?
Oh man, I wish I took a picture of my shoes. Why didn't I take a picture of my
Sloppy.
shoes? It was like
Did
10
you wear
pounds
special
each.
shoes or just running shoes?
It was just caked in mud. You wouldn't know they were shoes. They just big piles of mud. It was awesome.
Golly, man.
I had to throw them. Tracy wanted to throw them away. I wanted to throw them away, but Tracy, she washed them off. So
How nice of her.
yeah.
was gonna say, just
What
keep
mom
on.
doing?
Tracy's killer. She took a bunch of cool.
I miss
pictures and stuff.
Tracy.
Yeah, we need to get her up here to drink again. So.
So when's the next race?
Next year, I gotta. My plan is this. You can do the race. You can do one race one day, and the next race the next day. It's like a.
So
But
you
you
can
won't
you
want
can do
to. You won't want to,
you can do all of them.
No.
right?
Won't
Yeah.
want to.
Were you sore as can be the next day?
Yeah, I feel like a hit
So
by a
did you
bus.
train for it, or did
Yeah,
you just
the-
wing it?
Those Fitbox classes, and by the way, the Fitbox class is located at Bushido Martial Arts here in Kingsport on Wilcox. What's that? Here.
Here at our location.
I'm gonna find this and give this place a shout out because
Yeah, for
Jason
sure.
definitely helped me out with the workouts with the Fitbox classes and stuff.
And plus, let's use this nice space to shoot our podcast.
He does.
I can't argue with that.
He's a great man.
I mean, we could.
At 935 Wilcox Court Suite 110, Kingsport, Tennessee 37660. Come by, check out the Fitbox class and the martial arts classes. Learn how to kickbox and jiu-jitsu and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
But the Fitbox class where I'm hitting basically is like a circuit workout.
Yeah.
And getting ready for the cardio. It got me ready, but as far as preparing yourself,
You can't prepare for it, yeah.
and the terrain, there was one point where it was just a drop off and it was just a wall of mud and you were just like, this is after going up to the top and you're like, okay, it'll even out. Really? And you just jump and hope for the best. Cross your fingers.
So is this? Do they have these just like a pre-made course where they exclusively use this?
If you go to, if you go
Okay.
to, it was on a horse farm.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they have to like
Yeah. It'd be a
alter this
huge
horse
area.
farm to be.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is nuts.
How
But
many people do you think?
that's
was
what I'm
there?
gonna say too. It was $120 just for my race.
Wow.
And I'm not sure exactly how much you had to spend for the other races, but there was like tons of people there. They made a ton of money just for that race alone, and they got places all over the place.
It's pretty popular. I mean,
Yeah.
I've known several people just from this area, that's participating in that, man.
Stony Hale's done a bunch of them.
Stony
Stony
Hale,
Hale.
God.
that
a
name
beast.
just makes me go like that. It's hard. Even when he's practicing, when he's training, he hits
yeah.
hard.
You know how some people, when they're rolling, they start out rolling and they just go kind of slow and work their way into it.
yeah.
And you're kind of going the same speed as the other guy.
Not Stony.
Man, the second it starts, he is all over you. You better be ready to go.
You ever seen that video where the guy in the Navy, he's taking the stocks from the wheels of the airplane and then he gets sucked in the turbine real quick? It
Does
just
Yes.
he die?
I think he's dead. No, actually, I don't think he dies, but it's so weird looking because
Never
he stands
seen that
up and it goes into the turbine and it goes pow, pow, pow.
So do they nickname the video
That's
Stony
what it's
Hale?
like rolling with Stony. Getting
we're
sucked in
getting
the
at.
turbine. So yeah,
Good grief.
I think the dude survived, but it looked like he died really, really good.
Sheesh.
But that's what you feel like when you're going with Stony.
Yeah.
How
Hey.
was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend? Super busy. Had a good Thanksgiving. Spent time with two different families, my girlfriends and mine.
How'd that work out?
God, I ate way too much.
They get mad at you for eating all the turkey?
No, I didn't eat all of it. God, I planned it out. I was like, I'm not going to take a nap. I'm just going to eat one plate at a girlfriend's house and go pick out the mom and dad's.
Lies.
Exactly.
Didn't happen. Yeah.
Girlfriend came back. She's like, "You want some more?"
We killed another turkey just
couldn't
for
say
you.
no, right? Just couldn't say no.
But no, other than that, I mean, I finished out my month, worked hard, and played video games with Brian a little bit. Other than that, it's good, nice and peaceful.
What's your all's opinion on the Thanksgiving menu? Is it getting old? Because you had the right idea going to a steakhouse. You ate steak.
We
That's the
go
way
to
it should be.
Thanksgiving on Steakhouse. My mother-in-law brought food over, and it was amazing.
But like,
No,
no,
Devin.
hold
that's what
on,
it's
hold
all-
on. I've done 27 of these so far. Okay,
All right.
let's do like a taco bar one.
What?
Oh, come on, man. Turkey.
I'm
It's a
offended.
trash bird.
Tacos.
A trash
You wanted
Tacos.
to
Taco has its own day.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Something different.
Tacos has its own day. Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Can't do
I'm just
tacos.
saying.
Thursdays are for Thanksgiving.
I
Tuesdays are for
guess
tacos.
I'm in the minority. That's fine.
Sundays are for steaks.
But how often through the year do you have like turkey?
Do it a different day.
I will fight you right
Do it a different day.
I want you to, but no. Devin, he's been on medication. He's been in the
It's
hospital.
not all here.
Bless it.
I mean, just like there's, like if you did like steak and baked potato and lobster and macaroni and cheese, ball out that way. But turkey and
switched from
ham and
tacos
mashed
to
potatoes.
It's medication's kicking in good right now. Yeah. How many pills you pop before we started?
Before we started, as in the past few weeks, because I was on two antibiotics for 10 days, and one of those antibiotics
And
I
everybody,
had
this
to
is
take
like
3 times
Devin's
a day.
first sip of whiskey in a
So,
week.
Yeah,
So,
and whiskey's
Devin-
involved with the medication, and he's rolled 6 days a week into
And not
nothing.
any. I have a lot
Tracy
of
said
pent-up
it would.
frustration.
We didn't have turkey either, Devin. 2 dinners, no turkey.
Hey, and that's fine. You probably had ham though.
We had
If I
ham.
was a
No, ham's cool.
Do y'all,
sure, okay,
do y'all's
well,
work do anything
it's
for
ham.
you? For
Yeah, we had a little
Thanksgiving?
potluck. Everybody brought a little something, and we had fun.
they
I
let
thought
me
we
off
had
Thursday
turkey.
and Friday. That's all.
Oh, I had turkey at work.
Our boss,
I was like, I know I had turkey.
first time,
Somewhere,
he
somewhere.
actually gave everybody in the whole entire dealership a certificate to go get a turkey from food.
Hell yeah,
Service.
that's cool. That's cool.
I'm quitting my job and I'm going to work for you. You know what we got? A ham. Did we get a
Ham's
No.
okay.
We
Ham's
didn't
good.
even get
Pratt's
that.
ham?
You gotta have
We didn't
ham
even
and
get
turkey.
that. We got a $25 gift certificate for Food City.
Well, I mean, that'll
It's
get
better
you a
than
turkey.
Pizza rolls.
Devin.
Hey, that's a good
rolls!
Thanksgiving, right?
Hey, at
Thanksgiving.
least I thought about you.
They did.
Hey, do you know how
I
solid
appreciate
these
it.
Jack bottles are? We're about to find out on Devin's head.
Hey, Robbie. Hey, listen, dude. I've been doing.
So everybody calm
You
down.
know they think I've been training in my mind.
Damn.
Dude, you know they
Kids,
gotta change everything. I mean, there's no
if I'm
football.
telling everybody to calm down, we got a problem.
They gotta change everything up, man.
No,
Talking about no. All right, so
No, well, we're still gonna have Thanksgiving.
okay, just
That's
the menu.
fine.
Changing up.
This went weird.
Change up the
This is
menu.
good.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is good. I
This
like
is good. You
This is
sure?
good stuff.
Maybe don't have the Lions play, because literally no one cares about the Detroit Lions.
Touche. Facts.
So we need to-
And we're off.
So
Continue.
Devin's
I like
thing
that.
is
That's
no
good.
turkey, no
Taco
Lions football.
bar.
But pizza rolls. Yes, the pizza rolls.
Julie.
Where's that?
Random thing, and I know it sounds disgusting.
You've been on a random
Another one?
tangent before
I'm
for about 10
gonna be
minutes.
rolling.
And here we go.
My wife,
Uh-huh.
and I don't do this. Be
careful.
Like this was
Yeah, I
her
know.
thing, and I
Treading
was
on thin
like,
ice.
and I was like, well, I don't know about this. I don't frequent this. It makes you feel real bad after you do it, but it actually tastes pretty good. Pizza rolls with Oreos. Like you eat a pizza roll, you eat it. I know. I'm serious. I'm serious. Listen.
What other drugs were you doing besides
Or your wife.
I'm
Devin.
gonna sit in the car.
She's right.
Devin.
They're good. It's good.
Devin?
Hey,
Devin.
have you ever
Sit
had
in
a
the
French
car.
fry and like a
Go
chocolate
to
shake?
the car.
I'll have. I'll ride with
It's a
you,
very
Devin.
similar.
Now, I do-
My
I-
wife is a
experience.
saint. Like
I
when
will
I
ride
come
with you,
home,
Devin.
there's usually dinner on the
Might as
table.
well take the cowboy.
It's like meat and potatoes most of the time, corn, green beans, rolls. She takes good care of me. She don't feed me pizza rolls and Oreos.
Well, this
Very
was like what she
interesting
used
snack.
to do in
I'll-
like
I'll
high
take
school. I frown upon
Are you
these.
sure they didn't impregnate you
choices.
during the surgery?
There
You
was-
are
You
crazy.
might be pregnant right now. We eating Oreos and pizza
I'm
rolls.
telling you.
What's next,
I shouldn't
meth?
say it.
What's next?
Shouldn't.
Ice cream and pickles. What is
Devin,
going on?
Devin, I'll ride with you on that.
Ice cream.
Just give it a shot,
I'll
man.
ride with you.
That's
I'll ride
what-
with you on that. I
It's
like
not-
Oreos.
and
I like
listen,
pizza
That's what
rolls.
pregnant people eat, I guess.
I shamed her when she told me
You
that.
shamed
I shamed
her?
her for that. I said, that sounds
No, no,
disgusting.
no.
And she's like, just try it.
Ashley, he's
And I
outing
did.
you.
She's at home doing homework right now.
Maybe
She's not
I'm
listening to
pregnant
this.
because I'll eat that.
Burt Jones.
Are you married?
No.
Might as well take the Cowboys off
No.
too. Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Shots fired.
Shots. That was Bert.
That's Bert
old
Jones.
Bert. Oh, yeah.
Old juggernaut.
Has you ever been down to Bushido before?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's Bert.
Yep.
It's open right now.
It's gonna be dinner and a show. Red food. Let's get some
Ladies
Oreos.
and gentlemen.
Get some Oreos and pizza. This next fight has been brought to you by pizza rolls, Totino's pizza rolls, and Oreos.
So what else has happened over the past week is Deontay Wilder destroying Luis Ortiz's forehead. I'm gonna pull it up.
He rearranged his forehead.
He was completely losing that fight
He was
until he
getting
decided
outboxed, yeah.
to go. I'm going to hit him hard this time, and then he hit him hard that time.
He put his Infinity Gauntlet on and he just punched his fist
Now, I will
right
say,
through his
I
face.
don't appreciate Deontay's like walkout outfit. Did you see it?
I did. He looked like the guy from Game of Thrones, the winner. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking
Jon
about?
Snow?
No, the Ice King.
The Ice King.
Oh, yeah.
He did. He looked like the Ice King.
See, you watched
He was
you
down-
watched
he-
some Game of Thrones, Jay.
He was down 6 rounds.
That's because I have a Facebook.
Yeah, Game of
you hear
Thrones
this?
was good.
Anthony. So
Ortiz was winning this fight. 6 rounds.
But it never matters with Wilder.
no, he can turn your lights off. Any day.
Anytime.
when you have a gun for a right hand
yeah.
and shoot it out of the barrel,
Do you know when in Rocky IV, when the Russian punches the little red box?
Oh, yeah.
It says like 2,800 pounds of
Yeah.
pressure. That's what his forehead shots remind me of.
Yes.
I'd like to see him hit one of those punching machines.
I'm just waiting
And just
for
the
it.
cannon
It's
just.
Now, and,
I bet you would cut his hand open. if
and
he
because
did.
of this knockout, it's no longer, Tyson Ali. It's Tyson Wilder now.
Hmm.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy Neely.
Jimmy
What's up,
Neely.
Jimmy?
Hey Jimmy, what do you think about Chris Cash saying you wasn't a very good referee? I'm just asking questions.
Just asking for a friend.
I think he's fantastic.
I do too. I thought it was kind of odd myself, Mr. Boyd, that Chris would be like, Jimmy sucks.
Why would he say
did
that?
what did he say?
I think that's wildly
something-
disrespectful.
I do
Very
too, man.
disrespectful.
Jimmy
And he
knows
should be
that
punished
doesn't
for
mean-
it.
You're talking about taking.
Maybe Jimmy should punish him. Maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he should.
Have an Oreo and a pizza roll.
Shut up.
When's he going to knock him out?
This
This
is
is
all around, son. Come on. It's coming.
when.
Soon. Like Christmas.
Man, when he hits him though, when he hits him, it's like mist. It's like everything.
His
but-
soul just
Yeah,
left him.
His soul left his forehead.
It's right here. Right here.
Whack.
Kitty paw, kitty paw, kitty paw.
No, hold on. I'm just kidding, Jay.
He's like
It's
he's
in the seventh
itching.
round?
Yeah, it's in the
Not yet.
it's in the barrel right now.
Not yet. Here
It
it
is right
comes.
in the chamber and no. Oh, that's right. I remember Ortiz like laying it on him and then him coming back and blasting his.
He's getting too
Cerebral
cocky. Look at
cortex.
those hands down.
Yep.
Maybe that's his style, but maybe he's just.
That would get overhand if you
He really was doing well though.
can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was winning the fight.
But that's the thing; it never matters.
Boom.
Do you
There it
remember
is.
Good grief.
Walk away knockout.
when he knocked Tyson
Knocked
Fury
Bob
down?
back into his mouth.
I would.
Good grief, man.
Billy Cody says, "What's up?" Jimmy
Old
Neely
rubber
says, "What's
legs."
up?" Billy Cody. Clint Myers says, "Yo, what's up, y'all?"
Hey,
What up? What up?
Myers.
What up?
Jimmy Neely says, "It's an opinion. Everyone has one, and they all stink."
Well, there you go, Cash.
You better not say that, Mom.
Keep your stinky opinion to yourself. Keep your
Clint, we gotta get you on the show, brother. You gotta get on out here,
And
man.
it's not like Deontay like overextended for it. It was just straight down the pop. Boom. That was it.
Oh, it was clean, man. Just wind it up.
I just want to see it again.
Say, pow.
Watch it. It just overhand left. It was overhand right, dude.
he's-
It
I
was a
think
straight right.
he's.
Bang. I mean, a nuclear bomb
It was
is in
from the
there.
chin.
Golly.
Dink.
He didn't set it up or nothing. He just
No,
said
just straight down the pipe.
Hi.
He's worried about his mouthpiece.
Well, yeah, I would be too. I'd be thinking that was my teeth.
You watch his legs when he tries to like push up or stand up.
It's like, where am I at? Where am I at?
Bless
Where am
his
I at?
heart.
Where am I at?
He's like, what?
I mean, that's that punch that the one that you don't see. I mean, it's just like it's just if you watch him, there was no wasted movement.
They could eat that punch all day. Billy, thank you for your faith in me. But no, you're absolutely right. John Jones fights again February 8th. He fights
Reyes. I'm awful with last name.
And I'm sure he'll still have some pictograms.
Pictogram.
But man, no, that punch he threw. I mean, there was no wasted motion.
No.
Or no nothing. I mean, it was just the one that
no telegraph.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
But the amount of power he had to have to hit somebody in the forehead and drop them like that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
ain't
no,
never
get
done
it.
it.
Somebody out in their forehead.
Never.
Me neither.
Not,
I mean, it was
now,
all.
if you hit somebody in the temple
Yeah.
and the jawline down to the chin,
Yep.
behind the ear,
Yeah.
even around this area, I can understand. Even kind of behind right here, that right there.
Yeah.
What is in his hand? Did he have like
It was a Drago punch.
It was. Yeah, that's
check
what
that.
that was.
Check his gloves.
No, I mean,
Whatever he hits,
like, don't
he
get me wrong.
destroys.
But anybody that can hit hard can hit somebody in the forehead and stomach. Just, good rock. But it takes serious.
Yeah.
I've got a 50 cals an arm to knock someone out
He
like.
sat him on his ass.
Yes.
Hey, can you pull up the Tyson Fury when he dropped him?
Oh.
That went to a draw, but how did that man get up from that?
He's
Tyson
He did it for the
Tyson
people.
Fury.
That was insane.
Tyson
Which
Fury's another
they're
one.
about to fight again.
They are gonna do that.
Yep, they're going to rematch. Yep.
That is killer.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yes, they are. Hell of a right.
And I don't care who wins that fight.
Clint-
That's a boxing match I'll tune
Clint
into.
Myers, you say hell of a right, but you shouldn't have put the LOL at the end of that. There's no
Period.
laughing out loud. We need to
was
have a
straight
moment of
death.
silence for this man.
Death.
No one
Death
should
punch.
be laughing. We all should hold hands and have a candlelight visual for him right now because that was horrible.
Yeah, it's the top.
He went night night.
one?
Yeah,
Which one's the shortest? I can't really see. Dan's got his.
spectacles on. It looks like the bottom one. That's the shortest. I think it says 37 seconds.
We'll see.
Listen at the sound effects.
But like, look at that! The man is dead
Laid out, and everybody's like done.
Boom!
Oh God Almighty!
after he's won the whole fight.
But I'm with Balder on this one. He was down way longer than 10 seconds.
He was.
Was
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really was.
Because that's a 15-second shoulder shot.
Look at that.
7, 8.
He was up so fast.
Is that
That shit
was that the reboot for a computer?
Walter's like, what the
Yeah, he was done, man.
But here's
He's-
the thing's gonna
that
happen.
fight should have been over. Right
Walter is known for when he rematches people going in there and finishing them afterwards.
God, he's got what 41 knockouts and 47 fights.
41 knockouts and 42 fights.
42.
Here's the thing,
Sheesh.
though. Have you ever done any boxing training? Like going to a boxing gym and learn
Not to a boxing gym.
just straight boxing?
I used to work with Brad
Yeah.
back in the TOT days.
Yeah, that's what hooked me up with you guys is when I got knocked out by Matt Castle. I was like, I need to learn this striking thing that's going on because my face is broken and I don't want that to happen again.
Gotta get out the way.
So when I got hooked up with Brad at the Johnson City Boxing Club, he was like, I work with Adam Townsend and them at Brandon Bohannon at TOT. You need to come up and check it out. And that's why I started going there.
It helped me a lot when
Yeah.
I was a younger
It's different.
fighter.
When you're sitting there, like when I sparred Roy King, it was just like
Roy, golly,
it
man.
was a blur. It was just when you don't see those punches.
Nope.
You don't see them.
He used to baby me and still beat the hell out of me. It was awful.
You
He
have
wasn't
to
even
have
trying.
kicks. You have to have takedowns.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like, it is apples and oranges. It's one facet of fighting.
But that's the only thing that can make us feel better about ourselves.
That's
because
the
we could
only thing.
take him down.
That's the only thing.
Hey, Ashley.
What up, babe?
Oh, she's mad now.
She heard.
you
Her
were talking
spider
trash
sense.
about
I was
the,
trying to tell him
yeah,
about
go ahead,
pizza,
explain.
pizza
Go
rolls
ahead
and
and explain.
Oreos, and they shit all over me.
Let's see.
Honey, I didn't
They
mean
accuse
it.
me of doing
Billy
drugs.
Cody said, "I'd like to see John Jones fight in a glory tourney."
He's got a prescription.
Todd Rutledge says, "Damn, Jay, wouldn't give my fat ass a workout and spar with me." LOL.
Who?
Todd Rutledge.
Todd. Listen, Todd. Okay. Todd is a forklift driver that I work with at the glass plant, right? I'm fixing to tell on you, Todd, and I'm fixing to get you to understand why. What does it say? Whoa!
Tell them about it, babe. I said I shame you for it, but it's good. It's not good for you, but
I have a rolling pin upside.
they go together.
Don't knock it till you
Don't
try.
knock it till you try it. Okay.
Sorry.
So Todd, he's like, "Let's me and you box." Todd's a big guy, and I'm like, "No, no." And here's why. Todd don't train. He don't train anymore. He's got a record of like 3-1. I think I don't know if he fought pro or not, but he's a boxer.
Enough to scare you, right?
He's a big guy. He's got a lot of meat behind his punch. So here's the thing. Look, Todd. Look at me, Todd. Here's what's going to happen if we do spar. I know you don't want to spar to get in shape and train because you ain't been training. Okay? I ain't been training. I ain't got to spar for nothing. I know what you don't want to spar me. You want to fight me. And here's what's going to happen.
So what's been going on at work, Jay?
We're going to be like, hey, we're going to touch gloves. Be like, yeah, I got my mouth. I'm going to have a mouthpiece. I'm going to have a tire in my mouth fighting this guy if I ever do sparring. So we're going to be like touch, 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 touch. He's going to say boom.
Right.
Or I'm going to say boom. Now, when the boom happens, we're going to exchange booms. Right? Right?
Uh-huh.
And then the boom, 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 boom.
And lots of booms.
He goes down or I go down. Not saying I can do it. Not saying he can do it. But, you know.
So we got us
Talked
another
about
fight.
it. You shouldn't do that.
And you should.
It's official.
Because
you shouldn't
CTE
do
is
that,
a
Todd.
thing.
Listen. You shouldn't do that. So I don't want things to get weird when we have to go to work the next day.
I had a very interesting boxing training.
Really?
So at Honda Kingsport back in the Bay, it's about 80 to 100 yards long.
Yeah.
You got car salesmen teaching you how to box?
Hey, it's not the only
Remember
place it
Big
happens
Jody?
at. It's okay.
Yeah.
Big Jody Chapman.
Yeah, Joe. Okay, that's a good
So
one.
Jody's a fire and water guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wrestled my whole life.
They're
I've
so
never,
good.
never done any boxing whatsoever.
Yeah.
I got 2 pads, and we'd go all the way down, left, over and over. So after about 3 days of left, then we went to the rights. Then we did some hooks, and it was a month-long process. And after the month, he put a glove on the end of a broomstick, taped it on there. Held it like this,
Right.
and I was about 3 foot from him,
Uh-huh.
and he
Had to watch it. Doug, come on.
over and over and over. And after that broomstick tip hits you right in the nose about 40 times, you learn to
You learned to get out the way.
duck and jive and move.
Who was your first fight, by the way?
Man himself.
y'all fought?
Yeah, I've
I
got
know
his.
that.
I've got his name tattooed on my back.
That was my first MMA fight.
Yep.
Very first.
That was,
How'd it go?
That was not too good for me. I'm gonna tell you something. This is why I hate wrestlers, because of you. Because I thought, well, he's a pretty big guy, but you know, I've fought big guys before, and when you get a hold of him,
Yeah.
when you do, okay. So here's how the fight happened. Touch gloves, coming out like that. And he threw a jab, boom, hit me around the forehead. I was like, okay, smile real big, you know.
I just wonder something.
We was like, okay, here we go. He gets out. We go into a grappling. We get to a grappling. I do a shoot or something. You sprawl, and I'm just like, it was like trying to grab a hold of that telephone pole
Right.
and pull it out from under the bed. I ain't in line. I'm like, how is this guy this strong? I couldn't do nothing with him. He got on top, stayed on top, and I hated every second.
I hated every second. Clint said,
You know what's funny about that? You put me in an arm bar.
Mhm.
I didn't know an arm bar. I didn't know how to do one. I didn't know a rear naked choke. I didn't know any jiu-jitsu moves whatsoever when I did that match.
Why didn't you tap and let me win?
Should have just tapped.
You should have just tapped, Anthony. Come on.
Clint said, he said, you don't have to have beef to have a heavy punch. Basically, you don't have to be big.
Is
Which
it
is
a
true.
lower back tattoo?
I got a tramp stamp with Anthony's name on my right above my butt cheeks. It's him going.
What's up, Lee Polk? That's
Lee Polk.
I told Lee whenever he's in town to stop a while.
Yeah.
Please do. Bring your kids too. He's got the cutest little.
Oh God,
He's got cute children's.
they are a handful. Let me tell you.
Tell him to bring a belt too.
A belt.
I said they're a handful.
Oh, I thought you meant like a title belt.
No, like a belt.
You beat him with a title belt. I mean,
I'm
that
not
works.
whipping his kids. You're out of your mind. What are you trying to get me killed? He's
So-
like, what are you doing with my children?
So, what do y'all think about Cowboy versus McGregor?
Woo! I think that's a good.
That's a
Budweiser.
good.
Right.
That's a good matchup.
So badly. I want Cowboy to knock him out and retire.
I think we all do.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel bad for Cowboy,
Why?
the BMF belt. Because how long has Cowboy been
He's
calling
had his
himself
BMF,
the
yeah.
baddest
He
motherfucker?
Dude,
for-
wait, have they?
And they're just like
Have they
Jorge and
called-
Nick's
have
like,
they called
let's do it.
I'm with you on that one.
Well, the two that fought for the belt both beat Cerrone.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
It'd be cool to see him and Masvidal again, though.
It would. That would be good.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I'm a
for
big
last.
WWE
He could finally
fan.
win
For anybody that
a
didn't
belt.
know,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so the only thing that I'm looking forward to is watching the Vince McMahon walk.
The-
I can watch that and then turn it off.
Be good. Be perfect.
he's in the ring. Awesome. Okay, well,
Like him or love him,
Let's
man.
get back to Andy Griffith. Let's go get
some Oreos and pizza rolls.
Man, dude.
Clip
Like him or love him, man.
Turn it back to
Connor puts on the show.
But
Taco Tuesday.
I see it going one or two ways. Either Connor's gonna hit him with that grenade of a hand he's got, or Cowboy's gonna take him down and submit him in the first round.
What?
I need to
Cowboy
put more
can
dip in
do
my
it
mouth.
too.
Clint's on you. He's on you.
Clint's on you.
1,000% Cowboy can do that.
Yeah,
Take him
1,000%. Cowboy's got one of the.
If he shows up,
Yes.
he has a Vitor Belfort complex. If his brain
Hey,
is
it's
not,
not
in
for
the
the
game,
Victor.
okay, good point. Good point. But it is Connor, and it is a big
It's
fight.
a big
It's
fight.
a huge fight.
Any
yeah.
big fight, he kind
Wait,
of craps the
did
bed.
he lose his last one, Cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
talking
got
about
it.
crap
100% Cowboy's winning the fight.
We talking about crap again?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we
Because
talking
he,
about
who
Cohen's
did
on.
he lose to last? It was at 155.
Was it for the belt?
No.
No.
Who did he fight last? I know he lost.
He lost his last one and he's getting Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at Connor.
But
He's
Connor's
lost his-
been out forever.
Lost his
and
last two
Sure,
as well.
but I
So
mean,
do y'all
still,
think-
it's
He
Connor.
got
Alright,
pwned
so-
by Khabib.
So if Connor loses, let's say Connor loses, what do y'all think is in the future?
Did
for
he,
him?
was it just Tony
Like,
he lost to?
you think
Going
he's-
back
you
and
think he's
spending
gonna-
money.
Yeah.
Because that's all he's got to do left. I don't
Oh, he
even
just
know
got
what he's
knocked out by
fighting.
Justin
If I
Gaethje.
was Connor, I'd be like, yeah, I'm coming
He's had
back.
two knockouts
sit
in a
back
row.
and have another
Tony.
margarita.
Oh, no.
He lost to Tony, then Justin Gaethje at 155.
Gaethje.
And now we
So
have
do
to
you
have
think
the
Cowboy will win?
Luke Rockhold-esque
If he shows
conversation
up,
of
if
is
he's-
it time to stop?
The thing about fighting is
Does that
that
mean
it-
three
it-
in a row's coming and
if
he's
your
done?
if your brain is
how it is in my
not in
mind.
the. Well, let me ask you this: how many fights you've had? What's your record?
I was 3-0 as a pro and 12-2 as an amateur.
Okay, so that's a damn good record. So, has there ever been a time where you just did not want to be there? Where
No.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Some people's heads are in the game, and you're scared.
Never
when you're
once
in
where
there.
you just weren't there?
You're like an animal inside that cage when you fight.
Well, I try to scare people.
You do a good job. You scare me, and I'm
I
watching
try
the
to-
fight.
Jimmy
You see
Neely's.
'em. You see the people fighting before the fight.
Yeah,
You see them.
yeah, just get
And
you in that mood.
I always look them dead in the eye and wait for them to look down. They look down and they're scared.
Once you know that,
You got that
you
Mike
got
Tyson
it.
mentality.
I stay locked on them.
It started from wrestling, didn't it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even in wrestle match, you know, you got a mat in the middle. You got two teams and chairs. All I did, I stood behind the chairs and I paced and I stared.
That's exactly what I did in high
Time he
school.
walked on
And
the
that's
mat,
probably
he's
why he
scared to
never
death.
didn't not want to be there.
He
Anyway.
never even met me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's scared to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that. I'm just like,
You're too giddy.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And when a guy that, you can get in my head. There's, I can admit that. If somebody gets in my head, and Cubic. Jason,
Dude, Jay, I've seen you fight a lot. That guy was scary.
yeah.
He was scared. I was scared for you when he was pacing back and forth.
Will Smith.
He was just pacing back and forth. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I fought that same night, and that made me scared to go fight the guy I had to fight.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if you see one of your buddies just get demolished, you're like, oh, shit, I trained with him.
I got destroyed. That's the first time I've ever been destroyed. All my fights that I've lost like in the second round, and I just wasn't paying attention. But Cubic just
Did you feel like it's years removed from it, but like, did you feel like almost beat when you got in there?
Not on. I was not on.
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
there
that's
mentally. And
the last fight I had. It was just like you just wanted it to be over before it even started. You were just ready to not have a fight.
I felt that way when I fought Clell Sweeney. I felt that way whenever I fought. Really, Sam? No, I can't say Sam. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there all night fighting.
Your
Sam.
switch just didn't really kick on until like the second round.
Yeah,
That was a good fight.
or actually the third round.
Have you noticed that a lot of people will get absolutely just jacked up, fired up? They come out of the curtain and they're just going crazy.
Yep.
You know, a lot of those people you see them get knocked out quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think
They use
some
all
of it's an
that
act.
adrenaline before they get in.
Yeah.
Before they get in the cage.
I think some of it's an act, and then like you said, a lot of it too is just they get amped up. They could sometimes you get scared. Obviously, you try to do that. Get yourself juiced up, jacked up, whatever, and then you get out there, and then like you said, the adrenaline just dumps.
Yeah.
You got no energy.
It's good that we're having this honest conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because
Welcome to therapy.
we know this is fighter therapy.
It is.
This is the fighter therapy session of the podcast. If people listening that don't fight, they're like, "You're pussies," you don't. How many fights have you had? How many times have you trained? How many bones have you broken? None.
0.
You haven't. So shut up.
Shut up.
I mean,
Shut up.
that's
Walking out, if you had to compare yourself with a WWE wrestler and their entrance, who would you compare yourself to?
Question. That's a good question. Doink the Clown.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
oh,
I don't know.
Doink the Clown.
I was more of a
love-
Tommy Dreamer.
I loved
Tommy Dreamer?
D-Generation X. I love D-Generation X. Yeah. I like the Triple H
Yeah.
entrance. I like heavy, like a heavy.
My favorite has been NWO. I used to love when them boys come out and play that Jimmy.
I dressed up like Hollywood Hogan.
Oh,
For
man.
I've seen that. I've seen the pictures.
I love some NWO.
That's awesome.
Back when I was a kid, I used to love Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy was awesome, man.
The entrance music to them was awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Jimmy actually said there will be no takedowns in that fight.
Against McGregor and
Clint wants to
Cowboy.
know,
Yeah.
were you not going to fight again, Anthony?
Who has Tracy's phone?
I had a fight scheduled for February.
Oh, did you?
This past February.
Oh, okay.
And sometime in January, I don't know when it was or when I was training, but I tore my left meniscus. on my
That's
knee.
you were telling us about that, yeah.
And unfortunately, I had to opt out.
But speaking of like not wanting to be there to fight, I kind of had that moment with Lance Abbott. Like when I was walking, I was like, oh shit, really shouldn't be here. I'm 9 months off from knee surgery. I should be fighting
At that point,
someone.
what can you do?
Yeah, and I was like, as soon as like I got in there, I was like, well, shit, I'm here. Let's go. And that was winning that fight. I just got caught, which makes me mad.
You got to see what's going on here. Okay, Tracy says, if McGregor wins, suppose his next fight will be a rematch with Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov, how does she know how to spell that?
Copy paste.
Okay, Nurmagomedov has a fight with Tony Ferguson in April. And then Jimmy says, who has Tracy
has
Mullins' phone?
You
And look
need
at the
to get a
bottom.
ring
Look at the
doorbell
bottom.
and hide it in your living room.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
That's good.
Ben,
Khabib will not fight McGregor again. I don't think he'll fight
no,
him again.
Khabib
just
came
for the-
out and said he's got to fight 10 more people before he fights me.
It'll be a
Tracy,
long
it
one
would
before
have to
they
be
Money
agree.
talks.
Mm-hmm.
Even in who
Did you
Yeah.
ever
I don't
fight
think he
for
will
a
though.
man?
I honestly, I'm the same way. I don't think.
I didn't want
think
to.
he will.
I didn't want to.
Me neither. I
Who-
mean, it's
who?
all about coming out. I asked him if he ever fought for the money.
Oh
No.
no, absolutely.
I
not.
only fought amateur, so no.
But like you all were talking to me about like why don't you fight again and stuff like that, and it's like once I felt that feeling of
Not wanting to be there.
not wanting to be there, man. The fights I was in there, I would kill to win that fight, man.
Can I get scientific here?
Yeah.
It's brainwave pattern. You have what's called
Have you ever done DMT?
This brings me to my next thing.
Anthony, you ever done DMT? Brainwaves, and I wish Brad Moore was here so he could talk more about it because me and him talked about it over the phone. We have what's called alpha beta brainwaves. Alpha beta means like fighting to survive, fighting to not necessarily fighting to win, but fighting to fight for the sake of fighting. Theta over here is a Conor McGregor type person where he thinks he already knows what he's doing. His record speaks for itself.
I think that's a practice thing because he wrestled. I didn't wrestle. You didn't wrestle in high school, did you? And that's
Yeah.
I think people that did wrestle. Well, you wrestled too,
Wrestlers
and
are
it still happens to you. But I think that it's a practice thing. Like Dalton, that trains here. That dude is so confident that he's going to win, and I don't think it's a show. I think
No.
he really believes, and he should. He puts in the work for it. That he's going to go out there and whip somebody's ass.
I
every
can't
single
speak for
time.
that guy, but my coach in high school, he could have literally told any of us to run through that brick wall, and we'd all done
Yep.
it.
So I think it's a
Yeah.
trained thing.
You know who else?
Y'all know who Dresser is? Kevin Dresser.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite takedowns.
So Kevin Dresser was my head wrestling coach in high school. He's a national champ for Iowa and wrestled for Gable. Then left Christiansburg, went to Virginia Tech. They were never even on the map. They're ranked fourth in the country this year. He left Virginia Tech 2 years ago, right before the national championship. He's a head coach at Iowa State now. And my assistant head coach in high school was Darrell Weber, who's also a national champion for Iowa under Gable. So I was just absolutely
No wonder you kicked
blessed.
my ass.
So when people come out there, even if I didn't pace or not, they was already scared just because we had a
the
Christiansburg
background you
singlet
got.
on there.
Yeah.
And you had 2 Iowa national champs coaching you.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
so
and I bet-
and we knew when we went on
Yeah.
that. It don't matter if we was wrestling a 3-time state champ. We knew when we walked
Do
on
you
that.
feel
we was
like
gonna
that type of atmosphere and culture that you came up under helped you in like your professional career in
Everything.
sales? Yeah.
win
Yes.
everything.
Just the confidence you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go out there and
yeah.
talk to a customer, they're getting closed.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
When you go out there,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm scared to say no to you. I've probably seen you fight.
go ahead. We ain't said yes yet.
before-
Oh, you're taking it.
dude, and
Before they come in, that's it.
My name's Anthony. Nice to meet you. We're going to move these cars. When they move the cars, there's a mat on the floor.
but
The
I think,
requirement is every time they step on, they got to watch a video.
but I think
Here's who you're going to buy this car from.
Cash, you need to have people come out there and do a grappling match with you and save $500 if they can beat you.
I have
$1,000.
Brandis by chance. I can't tell you how many times.
His boss wanted to have a slapping contest with
Have you
him
seen
the
the
other
Russian
day.
slap contest?
No.
Bring it up.
Oh,
Whoa.
Anthony.
This is
People
good.
just slap each other.
Oh, yeah.
For money.
Yeah.
They okay, like, me and Devin stand
Greatest
there
thing
like
ever.
this. Like, we
It's
shake-
hilarious.
we shake hands.
It's hilarious.
And then they,
Look at it.
Full slap.
slaps the shit out of each other. And if he's still standing,
I get
they
to
shake
slap him
hands.
back.
He slaps me. I slap him. He slaps me. And they keep slapping each other like a bunch of
I would
jackasses.
assume doing that, You don't want to slap them right here.
That's exactly, and they do.
That's what they're trying
This
to do.
one guy, he slapped in his.
Yeah, he used everything.
In the jawline.
So you're pulling this up? This is
Oh,
for
yeah.
real?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
it's
a for real thing?
legit.
Oh my
Like there's a
God.
bunch of these.
These dudes are just.
We slap each other, go drink vodka. Exactly it.
This is what they do in Thanksgiving reunions or something.
Now, I wouldn't want to do that.
This guy. Yeah,
I don't
rub
like
your
getting
ear
slapped.
because it's about to get knocked off.
Clint-
See?
Clint-
That was a sissy
That was-
slap.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it gets
it
better.
gets so much worse.
So they're just warming up.
His face stayed there.
This is the straw division.
Are there rules?
Yes, you can't like catch people's ears. You can't like move back. You just gotta stand.
Man, these guys don't look like they're slapping very
They're
hard.
not.
Wait till you see some of the good ones though. This is
I mean, I would try to hit them with everything I've got.
He caught him in the eye.
yeah. There we go. Here we go.
Shoo.
Weak. He keeps
Oh,
it.
don't
It's all strategy.
What do you got?
That guy's
Disqualified?
like,
Oh,
shit.
wow. You know they pee on themselves a little bit. I would pee on myself a lot.
I mean, it looks like they're like that instead of like that.
ow.
You know, sorry.
Show
Anthony,
some of show 'em some of the good
God.
ones, Chris. pull up the one with the gangster.
Pull up the one where they die. That they literally kill each other.
I've seen some where these guys are like, wham. It's.
Did you see the one with the guy with the alien eyes? It was like
Oh, it's right here.
that one.
Oh,
Well, that I don't think that's
You
him.
look like Michael Jackson.
I don't think that's him.
Get out of here.
Clint said, he said you want to box for a couple of rounds.
Yeah. I'd love
There you
it.
have it, Clint.
That won't affect my knee at all.
But I think what like
You want to have a slapping contest?
the
Let's do
What's
that
funny
live.
about Clint,
Let's do that live.
you know, Clint's a drill sergeant. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So he worked for us for a little while. Really good sales guy. Yeah. Did everything by the book. Customers loved him, this and that. But he'd come up that sales desk to the managers and his dang drill sergeant. You better drop that drill sergeant.
You better leave that back at the barracks or something.
I'm trying to find this knockout where that guy's hat goes flying, and I can't seem to find it.
He hits him
so
so hard.
Would you do that?
No.
Never. Yeah.
No, because
I'm
it's
out on
the
slapping
second,
contest.
the pictogram second that I would get slapped like that, I would punch him. I know that. I
Oh,
would
this is
get
the
him.
full video.
Bam,
This
I would
guy.
take-
It's just
I'd
reaction.
go like
Jay.
that,
It's just reaction.
and I
Hold
just
on.
jump.
So this guy's apparently like the champ. This,
Oh, yeah.
This leads up to this video. So we're
This
gonna
guy
see it.
is the
Yeah.
slapping champ.
Yeah.
Dude can slap.
Like how Mike Tyson
he-
threw hooks is how he slaps.
He literally disintegrates a watermelon
Look
with
at
his
him.
hands. He slaps a watermelon and disintegrates.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my God! Dude,
It's even better in slow motion.
he ain't hitting this little skinny kid, is he?
Look, it's the injection guy.
Oh my god.
It's even better.
Oh God!
It's even better in slow
Oh
motion.
my gosh!
It's
Did you see his first
so
MMA
What's the
funny.
matter with
fight?
that guy's arms?
He's like
He
oil injection.
pumps oil into his arms
He's
to
an
make him
idiot.
look like he has big muscles.
What a weirdo!
He's
Yeah.
about to like tap this guy.
Yeah. I was like, ow.
Don't even move.
You got my ear, dude. Now I'm gonna have to pop your biceps.
Oh my God!
I like how he looked around
He's
like,
gonna hit this
oh,
guy
man.
bad.
He's gonna knock him into
I can't
Jesus'
wait.
lap. Watch this. What I was telling you, when he hit him in the forearm.
open fist.
I would be scared for people to touch my arms. I would never do that to my
I
arms.
would not want to get slapped by that guy.
He pulled away from. He leaned forward and hit him in the back of the head. What a
I mean, our
fool!
natural defense
crazy.
is to put our hands up.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. No free
do
shots.
Go sit here.
No free shots. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one actually was pretty good.
This
They
guy's fair.
I mean, that guy. I'm surprised he didn't break that kid's neck.
They're interviewing him in the
Who's
back,
this kid?
going, "So, how was the slap contest?" Man,
So they do it consecutively.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tournament bracket. Like winner stays in though.
Watch this. Let him
King
let
of
him
the
think
mountain.
about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let him think
So he
about it.
could get slapped 100 times in one night.
That's good.
golly, yeah, that one felt good.
Look at her after he slaps him. He's like looking around like, oh damn.
He's gonna
That was-
knock his kid
didn't-
that
out.
was my
It
best
worked.
one.
That was my best strike.
He's like, that shit didn't work, did it?
I'm like, damn.
They can't complain about eyes or ears.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh,
Ooh.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
See you, Jimmy. Good night, everybody.
Good
Night,
night,
Jimmy, buddy.
Later, Jimmy.
That guy looks like Popeye. He
Us
does.
old dudes gotta go to bed. That is
Tone,
crazy.
Tone Cookie says 5395 says what's up. What's
What's
up, Tone
up?
Cookie?
What's up? I don't have my pulled up.
Yeah, I would be out in that slapping contest.
Until they got
boys.
smelling salts before they get knocked out.
Look at the motion. Bang.
Golly, shit.
This is just nonsense. though. It really is.
At this point, it's just like stop
This
it,
is
guys.
Russia, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean,
That makes sense.
I mean, you would think some of these guys get their dang teeth knocked
I
out.
don't think they have television in Russia or Netflix. So
yeah. One more. I think this is the. Yeah. I think this is where he goes. No.
I'm still standing.
Either you guys just start crying.
I would. The
I would
first
cry.
walk. Yeah, it goes on forever.
Yeah, these dudes, they just keep going.
So I got something I want to bring up,
let's talk about it.
and let's see if you can't bring this guy up. All right, so we'll go from slapping to somebody that can't slap.
Okay.
God.
You ever heard about the one-armed man in Bellator?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes,
talking about?
yeah.
I've never seen you.
He's in
I'm pulling him up.
See if you can. Okay, this guy's got a great record. He's like 17.
Nick
and,
Newell. Is
Nick
the-
Newell, that's him.
What's his style?
Whoop your ass.
This guy,
He's good. Like he's
Here-
actually he's legit.
here's my question. Here is my question when it comes to this guy. This guy has a winning record. He's good. He's got a hooked arm, and this is a birth defect. It's
Does he throw it at people?
Yes, he
throws
uses
like an
it.
elbow.
He uses it. Now
Oh,
that's
I guess that is like an elbow.
here's my question.
Is he a stand-up guy?
He's got
He's got good on the ground. He's really good on the ground too. I mean,
he's good on the ground, and when he does a heel hook,
yeah.
where it's
No way.
yeah, he can do a
No
heel
way.
hook with that deformed arm, and he's punching with it. Now, here's my question: is this fair? Is this fair? Because
He's got one arm.
I
man.
would say it is fair because one arm don't have the reach that the other arm's got.
Yeah, it's basically
But
like
here's
a-
my thing.
Tail of the tape, his reach is cut in half because of
his reach is cut in half. I'll give you that. But when he does connect with it, it's like a
Rocket.
That thing is
Okay, so it'd be no different between like say him punching and just throwing a short elbow. Punch, short elbow.
He
punch,
also
short
has an elbow
So
on that
what would
arm
you
too,
have him
though.
do? Put
So
some
it is
kind
like
of
an
mock-
ungloved.
Would you put some kind of mock glove on it?
a specialized glove on it, at least, like duct tape it with.
like a little chair.
It's like he's at a disadvantage for having half an arm, but he's at an advantage because he don't have a glove on
That
that
thing hurts. I bet. I think it is a bony, like a spear, type, like getting hit with the end of a rebar. I think because he'll hold them down with it when they're against the cage, and it looks like he's like spearing them down. You know, holding them down to the
Well,
the
you
cage.
can imagine getting in a cage fight with bare knuckles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what he's got.
Look at him. Look at this.
Is he really?
Like
choke
he's
that guy?
legit.
No
Yeah,
way.
he's straight up legit, man.
Corey Browning with a guillotine.
Yep, he can do arm bars. He can do the whole nine.
Watching this.
Unfortunately, you
makes me
couldn't
wanna roll so
arm bar
bad.
him.
See what you did there.
See, look at this. Look at this.
This is taken
Look at
care
this.
of.
Guillotine.
Wow.
Yeah.
What he does is he takes like where his arms cut off and he just grabs right like
Sure.
his triceps.
But it's
do you
digging
think-
into his
Do you
neck,
think it's
though.
unfair?
I'll go so far as to say I think it is.
So what would you do to make it fair?
Like I said, duct tape a pillow to it or something. Like a throw
he's-
pillow or.
I mean, he's.
I
it's
mean, I'm not
right-
trying to
it's-
make fun of the guy
it's-
at all.
It's
I
right.
mean,
Well, in Tennessee,
right
he
here
could
at
duct
his
tape it,
elbow.
but everywhere else he just used regular athletic tape.
right. However you want to label it. Yeah. But this, it's just like the guy who ain't got no legs that runs. And
Club that nub. That's a Tracy said.
Glove that nub. I agree.
That's a t-shirt.
It's the tip of the humerus. Who said that?
Clint, yeah.
He's right. It's the tip of the humerus.
Right.
That
It's
thing
bone.
hurts.
Yeah.
It's like having a weapon, I think. And that's why he's winning.
Whoa, Chris. Whoa. You all right, bro?
Hell, buddy. It's like the guy that ain't got legs that ran into
That
the
runs.
that's got the spatula for feet that goes tink tink.
Tink, tink.
Poor little
Poor
tink.
little tink tink. The
Poor
one
little
that
tink, tink.
the one that Cat Williams talks about.
Yeah.
I think that's cheating too.
He's in prison.
Oh my gosh.
That dude's
I'm not
in
hating
prison.
on disability people at all. I know
Cat
it's a
Will-
controversial.
He has no legs.
Oh,
Jay.
he is?
He has no legs, but he's got steel springs for feet now.
And you see what happened to that
It's
guy?
that energy.
He's in prison, I think.
For what?
Killing his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a big old on that thing. Yeah, it was huge. Made lots and lots of.
I didn't know that.
on it.
Poor little Tink Tink.
Poor little Tink Tink. Screw Tink Tink if he's killing people.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But
So you think that's an advantage more than a disadvantage?
I do.
Because, I mean, he's not...
I mean, I'll go so far as to say I do. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate the guy has got to go through life without that deformity or whatever. But it works for him better than somebody that has a normal hand, I believe, because he's got no bones to break in his hand
But where
because he doesn't have a hand.
where he's having some advantages, he still has some disadvantages too, though.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not a full 100%.
But the advantage, when the advantage happens, goes way high.
outweighs it.
Right. Because you can close that distance and like jab somebody with the thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? I'm just
You're right.
spitballing here.
No.
Clint says you think he can swing that quicker.
I don't know.
Yeah. He can swing it quicker, but at a shorter distance.
Yeah.
He needs to get one of them Louisville Slugger tattoos, like Jordan on that nut.
Or a wiffle ball bat at least.
They're like a junior Louisville.
That's dirty.
Devin said that, not me.
I said it.
So
I thought that was just an interesting.
if
perspective
you think
when it
that's an
comes-
advantage, do you think they should make 12 to 6 elbows illegal?
Against him, I do.
Like, everybody knows where that started from, right?
Old
because
school
ancient
karate.
martial arts.
Did you
Let's
see
break
Breaking
bricks.
the board.
Did you see where Big John McCarthy explained where the 12-6 came from? And he explained it on the Joe Rogan podcast, and you're going to have to watch
That's
it.
probably where I'm reciting this from.
But
Yeah.
he had a very good explanation for it, and it was
like,
why
in favor for
why
it?
it was in the rules, and I can't remember exactly what it is that he said, but you can look it up. 12-6 elbow, John McCarthy, Joe Rogan podcast, and he talks about it. But he had really good
Some good insight on it.
insight on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You're able to do so much. I don't see
You're able to do this.
too
You're able
much
to do
of an issue
this.
with it.
It's literally
that right there.
this much of a
It's
difference.
that much
I
of a
Either
feel,
way.
I feel like that's not for maybe for a practice. Like if you practice, no one practices that because it's illegal. You know, but like I don't think people would really practice it enough to where because they can break blocks of ice with it or whatever.
Destroy your skull.
I don't know. You know,
The Alaskan Bear, what's his name? That big guy did it in the early UFCs whenever this guy, he came in for a takedown and he went like that. Polar Bear, that's his name. The big guy, Polar Bear. Paul Varlins, I think his name is. He did a 12 o'clock elbow.
like John Jones shouldn't have that loss on his record. Did that get expunged?
No.
No.
It's on
And I think he should because it's in the rules. You're not supposed to do it. And he did
It's
do
the
it.
rule,
And
yeah.
he called him on it. And he said, "Are you all right?" And Mark Hamill said,
No.
"No, I am not." and so he got disqualified.
It's the rules, yeah. I mean, it's the rules.
Let's see.
He didn't need to even do that. He
He
was
didn't.
healing that man.
He did. He was winning the fight.
Next 25-1, one loss by disqualification.
Your boy.
Hey, I mean,
Yep.
it's karma.
Goat.
It'll be karma if it never gets taken off, you know, because he cheated and all that stuff. But we're not here to talk about that.
Chandler said that's a stupid rule.
He's right.
Absolutely.
Speaking of elbows.
Hey,
how's
wait,
your
Chandler,
elbows?
hold on.
That was fine.
Rules are rules.
Yeah, I
Getting
had
hit in the
that.
back of the head's a rule.
When I got it
Yeah.
broke.
It's still
few
your
weeks
head.
later.
I remember that happened
I
to you
did
one
the,
time.
Murph one.
And that was rough.
What about headbutting? What y'all
I don't
take
like
on
that.
I'm
I don't like
for it.
You
headbutting.
said, yeah.
With steroids. You need to be on
Oh.
steroids. 12-6 elbows should be legal along with headbutts and biting. They should allow biting.
They should allow
with
biting,
fish hooking.
Yep.
And
Fish hooking.
they need to cut everybody's arms off to have little hooks like that. Man
So, speaking of the guy with no legs, since you're saying it's an advantage, my brother, when we lived in
with
Salem,
the spatulas.
yeah, well, the guy with no arm, big deal.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
My brother wrestled in St. Louis, Missouri with this guy named Trevor Bunch. He placed second state, first in nationals with no legs. But he wrestled 125 but had the upper body of like a 220.
There's a Virginia guy
Yeah.
that wrestled without legs.
There's
too.
been
He
I've
had,
seen several wrestlers.
One
Yeah.
was right here, and the other one was right at his knee. He was the same way. He was in a lower
That's
weight,
good.
but he was like jacked.
Did you see the street fight with the two dudes out in the street, and one of them had like fake legs, and he took his legs off and was like,
He started running
and
at
the
him.
guy's like this, he's
What's up,
trying
bro?
to hit him, and then he got a hold of him, he beat the shit out of
Damn.
him. Because your upper strength is like off the charts because you use your arms all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh, I'm bringing chat back, don't worry.
Ivar the Boneless.
Ellie said, "Poor little tink tink."
Poor little tank. But I mean, they didn't make any special rules for him in wrestling with no legs. So why should they make a special rule for somebody with a little nub?
I think it's an advantage to not have legs wrestling. No double legs.
No double legs.
It'd just be a double.
Jay, you're going to
Jay is driving that bus straight
I'm
there.
just saying.
Sorry, straight to it.
But I mean, I could see either way.
I don't think Khabib will ever fight Conor. I don't think he'll ever give him the chance to do it because Conor doesn't deserve a rematch. Oh, he might not. But I think the straw that was on the camel's back was the way he handled himself during the whole situation. He threw a dolly at him while he was in a bus.
Allegedly.
He
But
put
if I know Connor,
It's conspiracy, remember?
Connor's
Because
going to do
Embedded
something.
was there.
I think Connor's going to do something to stir the pot. You
what
know how
else can he
does.
do?
Jump into the
He can
crowd.
do quite a bit.
He put his family down. He put his
Exactly.
religion down.
And he'll go back to
he-
whatever tricks he's got. He'll piss Khabib off some kind of way.
No,
Yes, he will.
no, I don't.
I got a feeling.
I don't
he'll be
think so,
under
and
the-
here's why. I think Khabib's dad would kick his ass.
Yes.
Because
the Russian mafia would be on him.
All right, you hear the story about his dad?
Yeah.
His dad told him, he's like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
You're going to get punished when you get back to Kazakhstan. When he went back to Kazakhstan, they did a stop at Russia to talk to Putin, and Putin held up for Khabib. He's like, don't hurt your son. Don't discipline your son
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
he done good. He beat him, and he shouldn't have jumped out in the crowd, but go easy on him. So instead of like beating him down or whatever it is that he had in mind, you know what he done? He kept him awake. He said, "My father, he's making me run." And he's like, I haven't slept in days, and he kept him awake. He's like,
That's
you're
a pretty
gonna-
good Khabib
Yeah.
impression.
Send me location. Send me
Send
location.
me location.
So how do you think the Tony Khabib fight's going to end?
You don't know.
That's gonna be a good one.
You don't know about that one.
I will be watching it. That's for sure.
We'll probably do a fight companion on it.
That is
Awesome.
that is
Yes,
the
yes.
second fight I want to see the most. The first fight I want to see the most is Khabib and GSP.
Yeah.
That is the number one fight I want to see before I die. In my bucket list. I honestly think that's going to happen.
That's what I was
You
getting ready
do?
to say. Do you
Yeah.
think it will?
Yeah, because
Could you
I
imagine
think
how
there's more
big that
likelihood
pay per
of
view?
that than Connor again.
Chandler
I do too.
said Tony is long overdue.
Long overdue. Yes, sir. I think so.
yeah, it's only the fifth time that they've signed the contract.
Right.
Yeah. And in fairness, Khabib signed his contract before Tony did.
Yeah.
So
That might have been some kind of dispute there, and Dana probably tried to scream somehow like he always does. I hate Dana White.
Jay loves Dan.
Well, what's your opinion on Dana White?
I met him.
Did you really?
see a nice guy.
We all, a bunch of us, went down to UFC tryouts. Super nice guy. He stopped for a second. Hey man,
I'm listening.
never met the guy before in my life. He just happened to be walking down. Of course, everybody's hollering. I said, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" He said, "Absolutely."
So Jay,
Pulled the camera out, shook my hand. Great to see you. Adios. So I like him.
Jay, tell him about your experience at that one time that you had with
Tim Stout went down to try out for Ultimate Fighter 4, and I was out in Las Vegas, and I got bored because We was waiting on Tim.
Have you heard
You had the rolling part, you had the striking part, and you had the board interview. The way they had it set up, I don't know if they had it set up differently whenever you tried out, but Tim was in there talking. We were outside waiting for him to come out. He's in there talking to Dana and his buddies or whatever. I'm outside, and I am a bit inebriated. I was outside cracking jokes, getting everybody laughing and stuff, and my cheeks are red, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm from Tennessee," and everybody's just laughing and stuff, and hey, let me do a Matthew McConaughey interview. Like, I'm going to go ahead and take my shirt off, and everybody's just laughing and stuff. There was a security guard come out, 3-piece suit, wire in the ear, the whole nine, has his hands like this, and he's beelining me, clocking me hard, walking over, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir," and I'm like, "Yo," he said, "I have a message from Dana White to tell me to tell you to shut the fuck up."
Jay, that's not the first time you've been told to shut the fuck up.
I know, but and this was my first impression from Dana White, and I was like, "Dana White told you to tell me to shut the fuck up?" He said, "Yes," and I went, "That's awesome," and I went, "You tell him I'm gonna go ahead and shut the fuck up." He went back and told me. He said, "Okay."
15 years later, here we are bashing his name on a podcast.
Yeah, because of that. And that was my first impression of Dana White. Well, that was his first impression of me, I guess. And he never even met me. He had to sit. He was too chicken shit.
Yeah.
Come say it
out there and
himself.
say, it would have been that Spider-Man meme where it's pointing at him. The imposter one. Has y'all looked at it?
Yeah.
We do not look, Devin. We don't look
Jay.
nothing alike.
You look the same.
Dana White looks like a blowfish. He looks puffy. He looks like
He does. He
looks like
does look
he ate
puffy.
some shellfish that he's allergic to. And got swollen. I don't look
Maybe
swollen.
he was just having a bad day.
Anthony, don't.
Oh my God.
Don't
I think
defend
he'd
the
be a
man.
nice guy if I met him.
I was trying to find a
I
picture.
Y'all
bet
could
you
be the
and
very
Dana
best
White
of
could make a
friends.
really good Benadryl ad. Like,
Oh, being gay.
Before and after.
Yeah.
Or Nair for men.
Chandler said
Shut up, Cash.
Dana and Jay fight to a split decision.
Jay wins. That's right. If I have you guys as judges, I appreciate it.
So,
But that actually happened. That really hurt my feelings.
because you're out there acting like a
Hey,
Tennessee
It
really
probably would have hurt
cool,
mine
though.
too. For sure.
Jay said, "I'm just gonna go back over here and sit in my corner."
I was just like, I got another joke to tell, but I can't tell it because Dana White won't let me.
Fuck yeah.
I had some good ones too. Everybody's laughing. They were rolling.
So, do you think that Dana holds back talent?
Yeah, depending on how Dana feels towards somebody. Look, you got Frank Shamrock that's not in the Hall of Fame because Dana don't like him. You got Randy Couture who's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's
UFC
not?
no, because Dana don't like him.
really?
Really. If you're not part of the Dana Club, you're not going to be part of UFC history, and he'll make sure of it. That's what I don't like about him. Regardless, he needs to separate his feelings from whoever it is he's got issues
Who was the
with.
first guy you said that's not?
Frank Shamrock.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy that held the title at the very beginning that
Yeah.
beat Tito's ass, and
Yep.
he's
That guy.
just that guy. You should hear him whine in it. Yeah, yeah, guys. Like I told you guys before, this is how it is, and blah blah blah. And
It's a business. That's what he always says. Listen, you don't understand. This is a business.
it's like I said before. He hates it when fighters say I'm a businessman, and talks business. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, what about you talking about things that you don't know about as
Here
far
we
as
go.
fighting's concerned? Yeah, here we go.
And here we
go.
He's not a fighter, and he needs to shut up about what it is that he don't know what he's talking about when it comes to fighting. He's never weight cutted before.
Yeah, he has.
He's never. No, he has not.
He ran a fitness boxing class. He's cut weight before.
Has he? Has he? But has he really? What he had to cut down to?
Has he
Chris?
really?
You don't know, do you?
He was getting ready to fight Tito at 205.
So anyway, now he's had issues with some of the female fighters.
I'm just curious.
Misha
Cyborg.
Tate, yeah, Cyborg, and
Amanda
not
Nunes.
Gina
Gina Carano.
Carano, yeah.
True.
He actually messaged her like a nasty message.
Yeah, had an
It was
issue
bad.
with Amanda Nunes
Yeah.
when she had a sinus infection. He has never had a sinus infection before in his life. Have you ever got hit in the face with a sinus infection? It feels like somebody took a hammer and just rang your.
I fought with one before.
That's crazy. And he,
Chandler said, Jay,
I just have a question. If Dana White sent a security guy out there to say that to you, you had to have been extremely loud and obnoxious.
yeah,
I mean, it would have been like
yeah,
off the charts.
I was.
Jay was in rare form right there.
I was. Yeah.
Chandler said, if y'all don't
you
start
saying it was
talking to
well-deserved?
me,
I'm not saying it was well deserved. I'm just saying for him to send somebody out to say that,
I was loud.
you had to have been.
Okay, maybe
He's rolling right now, Chandler. You
I
just
might
gotta
have-
let him go.
I might have.
Just like she just said a few minutes ago that I'm going to be on your hate list now for saying that.
really.
No.
Just just pretend. Jay's podcast was like monstrous in the United States.
Like it is right now.
Monstrous.
I'll
You
have
had
viewers.
a couple 100,000
Be sure
watchers.
to like and follow.
And some guy, some drunk guy walks in the door here and is being loud and obnoxious. What are you going to do?
I would say,
You going to jump
Jocko,
up and probably
please tell
Yo,
that
boss,
gentleman
what do you want?
outside to please calm down. He's interrupting my worldwide
Be
podcast.
gone, peasants. Be gone.
And give him a free ticket lunch.
Jay isn't about.
He needs to sober up.
Jay, this isn't about bullying
some
Dana. This is
cookies.
about love for your bald head.
I'm not bullying Dana.
Speaking of Jay's bald head, if you subscribe to the $100 tier on Patreon, you get to rub his bald head every month.
I
That's from good luck.
I'm okay with that. But Tracy has to okay it.
Tracy might. that.
Tracy has to okay it.
But money's mine.
Well, talk to Tracy.
Love it.
Tracy.
Pay the
Tracy's
bills.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chandler. Hey, we gotta get Chandler on here.
Yeah, Chandler, when are you gonna come on here?
never.
You punk. You
He
liar.
hates us.
What's he say?
He's
Blue.
He's calling you a bully.
bully. He can't spell bully.
Hey, just because he's from Colburn, don't mean he accepts that.
What's a blue la 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 la?
Our chat's messing up. So,
Quadruples.
God love it.
so speaking of John Jones and steroids and pictograms and all that, do you think amateurs and pro fighters, no matter what level you're at, should be tested?
I don't think that's feasible. Should they? Yes, but is it like ever
No
gonna
one's
happen?
testing a black diamond card.
No.
Nobody.
Or
I'm with Devin though.
Is it
Like
raining?
you said, it's
Oh, it's
probably
wind.
wind. Yeah. It's not feasible. I don't think you
They can barely make enough money in an amateur event
Right.
to have any profit at all whatsoever.
Don't you lie, Chandler. Chandler's a liar.
Thank you. Thank you. Chandler Cole is a liar. But we still love you. I still love you. I understand. We wanted to come by today, but Chris told me not to drive down to
Would I say that?
I think they should be.
Yeah.
Amateur
yeah,
events?
absolutely, they
Yes.
should be.
But the problem is that
Money.
money.
How much is it to test somebody?
A lot.
I know
Make them pay for it.
Then you're not gonna want to have.
We gotta
them
pay.
fight.
We gotta pay
Right.
for a blood test.
True.
For a pro fight.
But how
you gotta
much?
go take a blood test. You gotta pay for a physical. I mean, it couldn't be. It'd be less than $100 for
Gotta
sure.
be.
They want to. You got these young guys that want to.
Chandler's hurting my
You know
feelings
what I'm
right now.
saying? They want to fight. They're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to get
Yeah.
$50-$100 to go test themselves, or they're going to be clean. Either one.
There's so much I know that I
Oof.
can't say
Oh,
right
yeah.
Can't
now.
elaborate on.
Yeah,
I know, we all
I gotta bite my tongue real hard right now.
So, Jay, speaking of steroids, Jeremiah Harper said if you use steroids while training, you're a pussy.
That's one way of looking at it. That is one way of looking at it.
Looks
We've
like
already taled about that. Looks like a
Have we?
tornado out of that.
I ain't scared no nader.
Now,
Scared
you
no
gotta-
nighters.
So
You got an amateur
Santa Ana
pro
winds
guy
whipping up.
They want to go train
Santa Ana.
whatever. They want to go to GNC and buy whatever they want, or something harder.
It goes,
You know,
guys at the
whatever.
table.
Want them 2 months in, however long fight time. That's one of those unfair advantages, I guess you could say. Just like your armless guy.
Chandler's
I
on.
hate Chandler.
What's he doing?
It's like your armless guy having a pad on his elbow.
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing. You got a guy that's
My-
juiced up.
My point with
You try to play
steroids,
footsie with me one more time tonight, Devin. I'm gonna have
I'll
to do something.
heels with you
steroids is
with
that-
only my feet.
if you're fighting, it's not bingo that you're playing out there. You're out there
Yeah.
trying to hurt each other, and you need to heal from the fighting. I think that doctors need to look. I think steroids should be legal, but to a certain degree. I think that they should gauge it to where
There
'cause you
should
can
be a
test-
limit on it.
There should be a limit on how high you can bring your test. If you're 1400, like Vitor was, you're abusing it. If you're around the 900 mark or lower, you should be okay. That's how.
Plus, you got a lot of males that's over
And-
38, 39, 40 years old. They don't have the testosterone of these 22,
225,
23-year-olds.
240, something low tier tests like that. They need to. You need to have it.
And then if you allow it, like for everybody to do it, then it's fine. You know, so
Then it's
like
on.
Then it's Pride FC.
It's on.
Yeah, Pride FC.
Free
Pride FC.
shows.
make for better fights.
Chandler's hurting my feelings right now.
What'd he say?
He said I didn't leave for long enough.
Chandler's,
Without me, we wouldn't have video.
Chandler's on him.
Chandler, honey, we kind of need him. So yeah, it's his technology, so he's got to stick around.
Whether you
Otherwise, we'd be
like it
doing
or
this with
not.
an iPhone. Sitting here just recording.
When should you stop fighting? When your speech slurs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you? You're wanting to fight again.
Dude, I mean, fighting, it's the best feeling in the world.
There it is.
I
Highest
wouldn't
of
take a
highs.
dang dime. And when I was going February, I was 2.5 months deep. I was feeling good, got my weight down. I was ready to rock and roll. And unfortunately, my knee,
What'd you do to you?
Yeah, I was gonna say how'd it happen?
I don't know. I don't know how to.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like a.
I don't know if it's something that
Stepping out.
happened within a month of that time or 6 months ago or what happened, but I don't know.
Now you just tore your MCL.
Meniscus,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, in a
Chandler's
heartbeat, I would fight again. In a heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish you could, so I could watch it.
Well, I get this knee fixed. I mean, that's really the only ailment.
And
That's
then they
holding
can
me
sell
back.
out Metaview again.
Yeah, boy.
I love fighting Meadowview. It's fun.
Metaview's awesome.
I loved it when they had those.
You know what would be awesome? You got you, me, D Long, Dustin Walden,
Scabolo.
Stoney Hale,
Oh God.
Jerry Bentley.
Uh-huh.
You get the old school back and have a big old fight card.
Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, it
Everybody.
that would be a fun show,
It'll be a
man.
dang fun show.
Oh yeah.
That would be
Oh,
awesome.
Lord.
But we got to figure out who's mad at who.
yeah.
I don't know if
You know what I
anybody
mean?
is mad at anybody.
Trust me. When I first started fighting, I had this, you know me. Everybody come together. The worlds will come together, and everything will be great, and we'll just have this big old, big old party.
Tri-City, all
The
train
Tri-City,
together.
we're all trained together, and it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Everybody gets to growling at everybody that this guy's doing this and that guy's doing that, and I hate that political part of it.
I'm gonna say
It's-
fighters are some of the biggest drama queens out there.
Forget politics. You do the Tri-Cities versus the world.
Chandler said I love
bring
some
in
midget
fighters.
wrestling. Come back to there.
Hey, man,
Yes.
it would be an awesome show.
We'll
And you
rebuild
know
the hog.
everybody in the Tri-Cities would be there.
Yeah, it would be fun.
And we could put it on.
It'd be.
Listen to Anthony trying to.
I'm in.
Maybe you should
Trying to
get
get
into
it going.
promoting, man.
Listen to him.
Speaking of local fights, we got some guys coming out of Bashir. They're fighting Dalton Goins and
Dalton
Blake
Goins.
Stallard. It's
Blake Stallard.
Yeah.
Blake's about to turn someone else's liver into liquid.
So I'm kind of out of the local MMA scene. Can y'all fill me in?
So Showcase MMA is ran by Brandon Watts, Casey Oxtine, that little group of people, and Blake Stallard is a monster of a stand-up kickboxer, Muay Thai guy. He will,
He's got some mean hands.
and he's the sweetest kid you'll ever meet.
Because of
he
Nick Roberts.
Because of Nick. Yep.
He'll sit here and do this, and then eat you alive.
I'll touch you with those. Ugh.
A lot.
And then Dalton's one of the newer guys at Bushido. He's 3-0.
He, yeah,
2-0,
he reminds
3-0.
me of me back when I was training. Like, he's in here as much as he possibly can be, working so
So he's
hard.
the up and coming Jay Page.
No. He's a 2.0.
There's only one Jay Page.
He's a 2.0.
He reminds me of me and JP, like, put together.
Jay Page, the legend.
The
legend of Jay Page.
I was playing this stupid song on the guitar. This is Drag It to Apartment. I was strumming something, and I was playing this one song, and he starts singing along with it and putting the words together.
freestyle.
Jay Page, the legend, the legend of Jay Page. He just had
Page.
So
one of
here's-
them had to have been theirs.
Here's Dalton's tapology.
It is perfect.
He's 2-0. He's out of Kingsport. Super young kid. He's an incredible wrestler. I think he wrestled 2 years in college.
Chandler said
I
he's
think it
out.
was all 4, man.
Bye, Chandler.
see you,
He's
Hammer.
out, Chandler.
We'll see you, Hammer.
See you, bud.
But he's one of those kids you can
Stop
tell
lying.
he's done nothing but wrestle his whole life because his stand up it's getting there.
Hey, but dude, he's knocking people out.
Yeah, with an overhand right like every wrestler does. Chandler.
Hey.
You gotta do what you gotta do, but no. There's some killers that come out of this area that are fighting locally. I mean, Stephen New,
Dylan O'Sullivan.
Dylan O'Sullivan,
Yeah, Dylan's another good one.
Dustin Long with his big knockout win last week. So I mean, I want to kind of talk to some of the brothers around this area, see if we can't like get some special seats and do a podcast while watching fights.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Would be great.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Eric Turner. How are you doing?
Hey, bud.
Hi, Casey Oxendine.
Make it happen.
Because I mean, we don't need much. I mean, we got microphones, so I can bring my computer.
I mean, we can do it.
And that's the thing. Showcase streams their fight, but they don't have no commentary. Brandon Watts, where you at?
So, when do you think a fighter should stop fighting? We never did answer that, do we?
I don't know. We got talking on another tangent here. I think don't get me wrong. I think a fighter has his own right to pick when he stops fighting. But I think when it's just your body can't handle it no more. You're getting injured over and over again. You're talking like this in the mirror every morning, drilling on yourself. That's when you need to stop.
You live in Hawaii and you're
I
getting
think
knocked
it's on
out
an
by...
individual basis.
Yeah, it is.
If you lost your 8 fights, your last 8 fights in the UFC,
You've not
You
won
might
a
wanna
fight
quit.
since, I don't know, since I was in high school.
I mean, everybody wants to be Balboa.
Yeah.
And fight when they're 60.
God.
But I don't know, bodies just won't
but
allow
you're
it.
right. You got to gauge it by how easy you can get out of bed. Because the reason I quit fighting after me and Jeremiah Harper fought, I was like, I'm not making any money. You know, it's like you said, the greatest feeling in the world. I've skydived before, cliff dived before. I've done all kinds of crazy stuff before, horseback riding, the whole nine. There's nothing that compares to you getting prepared for about 6 months to go find somebody. And it's not, if you go into a bar and you're wondering if you're going to get in a fight or not, you're going to get into a fight with somebody that is trained to fight you in a specific time, in a specific place, inside a cage, half naked, with a referee just standing there, and you cannot, can you hear the crowd? I can't hear the crowd.
No.
I hear Casey.
I hear, yeah.
I can hear Casey. That's
Every
it.
now
hear
and then you
Jay.
hear you coach.
Here, Jay.
You can hear your coach.
Hit him!
Every now and then you can hear your coach and the referee, and,
Yeah.
and that's about it. Other than that, you got your
I usually don't hear the referee
really.
until about his 3rd or 4th time when he says get off of him, or then he finally Jimmy Neely tackles you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Or when that one guy, Chris, that you said, that one lady, she yelled from the audience, she's like, punch him in the face! I didn't think of that.
Hold on, I'll
Been
pull that
many
up.
fights outside of the cage?
No.
Me neither.
I walk away.
Yeah.
Eh,
I would.
Cash.
Right, don't talk about it.
Me too.
My mom's
talk about
watching.
I'm trying to divert it any way I possibly could. I'd divert it any way I possibly could.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I'm pretty
because,
good about
like,
diverting stuff.
we know that, not to. We're trained enough to like not get in those altercations,
Yeah.
because it's.
But there is
we're
a
smart
time
enough.
where-
We're more disciplined to walk.
But there
away
is
with,
some
okay,
times where you
alright.
can't.
Some things are unavoidable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Plus,
that's,
everybody around here knows Jay Page, so they're not going to
Well,
walk in
they're not
there
gonna
and
mess
get
with
a fight with him.
It's like Masvidal. Masvidal said it best. He said, "When you look at an animal, you know it's an animal." When that guy was jawing at you at a ring that night, and me and Tracy came off the dance floor, and I thought you knew the dude. I thought y'all was just cool, and he was just like da 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 da. He said, and don't when I saw it was not that, it was that. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing.
yeah.
And then I took my hat off and put it on Tracy's head like that. And then he went like that, and Brian he was looking at me like,
I was like, this dude.
and the dude looked at me. I said, "Are we good?" And you're smiling, but you're not smiling.
Right.
You're just doing that
yeah,
right there.
I had
It was
that
like-
look. I was,
and he went like this. And it was a pretty big dude. I said, "Come here for a minute." And he was stepping back, and I said, "Come here for a minute." I said, that ain't our scene. We're not here for that. We're just here to have a good time and, talk to him like that, but don't.
Don't screw with you.
Don't. It's that don't face.
Right.
And people pick up on that,
People-
I guess, because it's just don't. It's just don't, because I hate fighting outside the cage. I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. At the Hog, whenever we're
What you're describing to me with that guy, you remember in Tombstone when Wyatt Earp walks in, that guy's sitting there at the little casino table, and that guy stands up and starts talking big, and he slaps him in the mouth.
yeah.
He don't do nothing about it. He knows who he's talking to.
Right.
Somebody talking to you, you give them that look, they're going to back off.
Well, it's our ears too. The ears is a giveaway.
Don't screw with somebody.
I want to see somebody mess with Devin. And
Oh,
then,
God.
I got a little bit of ears. It's inside.
It's
Dude,
I want to see
hidden.
Devin.
that's the thing. Like, you don't know who you're gonna
I think
walk up
limbs
to.
was-
you don't.
Joe
You
Rogan
don't
was
know who's
talking
training.
about that.
Yeah, because I mean, who knows? You could walk to a Brandon Bar, start a fight with somebody, and they're a BJJ black belt.
Casey Oxenine, perfect example.
Yes.
Well, Casey's got the ears.
He's got the ears.
Keith Ladd.
Keith Ladd, that's a good
Big
one.
John.
Keith Ladd's a black belt. Keith Ladd is the nicest guy on the planet. If you've ever chatted with him or hung out with him at all,
There's
he's
a lot of
somebody
guys.
you don't screw with.
Yeah.
Brandon
And
Sexton,
Sexton,
Yes.
golly.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
another one. He'll rip
There's a
your
lot of
arm
guys
off.
that don't have the giveaways though that you don't want to definitely don't want to just mess with, man. So
Yeah.
you,
I mean, it's
you just don't know who knows what anymore.
Yeah.
You don't. So
Old Sexton, he's a beast.
yeah.
He is a
Even,
beast.
even Chandler. I mean, Chandler looks. He's a big monster kid too. But I mean, he
They're
smiles
pudgy.
and he's just like
Oh, yeah.
this. And I love Chandler to death. But he'll knock your head completely off.
Brad Moore, what's
Brad
up?
Moore, Dr. Moore, where have you been? We've been worried sick.
So, check this video out,
just
Jay.
had
I
a
shared
day not too long ago.
I shared this to the group chat earlier. I don't know if you watched it. But have you ever been in the moment of fight where you're like, I know Jay has the whole "I'm not tired" thing. I'm pretty sure this is the video.
It is.
Listen for the lady in the background. Wait for it. There it is.
Thanks. I didn't think of that. Punch him in the face.
How about that?
Now, in the middle of when me and Sam was fighting, his corner yelled in, "He's tired, Sam. He's tired," and it pissed me off. And I went, "I ain't tired."
Jay did look.
Just right in the
You
middle of the
turned
fight,
around
I
and
just
looked
looked
at
at him
that.
and said, "I ain't tired."
Yep.
Sam just starts dying laughing. Was just laughing at each other at that point. And
I'll
just
tell you what
started
else is you're fighting somebody and they don't take first round's over, they don't take any water, they're standing up, they're not sitting down. Yeah,
It's mental.
Yeah.
These mind games.
You change
I don't
that.
need no water. Ring that bell.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's intimidating.
It's
Yeah.
the mind games.
Jail just
Just the
take
mind
the
games.
I'm the worst cornerman ever.
Why?
Anthony, you
Jay's
do
like,
not want me to corner you.
Why?
Because I suck at cornering. I'm horrible at
The
cornering.
round will be over.
I'll have, let me see.
Jay's like, that's the.
I got
Go
the
ahead,
one.
go
Okay,
ahead.
so Josh Ward. First time I ever cornered anybody. I go in there. Long story short, Jimmy's already in bed. He'll back me up on this. But I walk in there and Josh is fighting an absolute jiu-jitsu fighter in I think we were in Virginia or someplace. So I'm going in there. I'm nervous. First time I ever cornered somebody, right? So I got the water in hand and I got the stool in my hand. I'm like, "You okay?" He goes, "Yeah." "Can I sit down?" I went, "Go ahead." "Here." You take this. I sat the stool down. He sits down.
By
I'm
that
like,
time, you're 25 seconds deep.
yeah, time's wasting, and he's getting pissed off because he knows this, and I'm sitting there going, "Whew, it's hot." And I start drinking his water.
No, you didn't.
And he went, "Yeah, I know. Can I have some of that freaking water?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're fighting, so you might need
You might need this
I give
water.
him the water, and I went, "Okay." And he's looking at me like, "Yeah," and I was like, I just went blank like a deer in the headlights. I was like that. And I look back and I see D. Smith talking to this guy, and he's just like, this, and you need to do this with the arm, and you know. I'm like, I need to do that.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I need to do that.
I said, "Josh," I said, "Are you tired?" And he went, "Yeah." And I went, "Well, he's tired too." And he went, "Get out." I just sat next to Jimmy. I forgot his mouthpiece. He
let
needs his
Jay
mouthpiece.
corner you.
Do not let me
Don't let
corner
Jay.
you.
No.
Because I will screw it up. I'm horrible.
Josh says you need to do some karaoke.
I felt like every time I was in a
I
corner,
love
and you've been in
karaoke.
my corner some fights. This
Oh,
is me.
Gardner?
Yeah.
Did I win that round?
Yep.
Did I win?
Well,
Am I ahead?
it doesn't matter. Just listen.
Never ask if you won the round. No,
So,
'cause you don't
I'm
wanna hear it.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you won
just
that,
like it's
yeah.
happening, and then it's gone. You
Yeah.
don't know what happened.
Yeah, you don't even know
You
what
just
was
live.
said to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It's
was
wild, man.
several years ago. We went to karaoke at State Line, me and Gardner.
Oh boy.
And we got back in the car, started heading back to the house. White Snake kicks on.
oh god.
I hit every note in the still of the night. It was awesome.
Was Josh crawling on the hood?
No, he was driving.
Tony Katane.
So I read an article a couple nights ago. I shared to the group chat. It was talking about how, mixed martial arts classes like wrestling, kickboxing, stuff like that were making little kids violent, wanting to be bullies.
Who wrote that?
Some moron.
I don't
They've
even want
never
to
changed.
entertain this.
But-
That's just
But
nonsense.
who wrote
it makes
it?
them
Is what
better.
I'm wondering. There's so much fake news in social media that it's so hard to. People talk so much about stuff that they don't know nothing about, and then they post it. But who are these people?
I'm looking for it.
Find me who
By
wrote this.
bullies,
Martial
do they
arts
mean
does not.
alphas?
Martial arts
I
does
mean,
not
come on.
make you more violent.
Are
Here-
you
Here's
a victim blamer?
yes.
When you are when Rihanna got beat up by Chris
What she
Brown,
did.
what she did. He didn't just sit there and go.
By they do martial arts. It makes them red-blooded Americans.
Well, the thing with martial arts, if you in the right martial arts place, and granted, you know this, if you ever go to a martial arts school, they teach the wrong thing and promote bully. That I'm sure that there are places out there like that, but for the most part, it's be humble or be humble,
Right,
Mhm.
right.
because there's that. I mean, Nick,
You've been in places that promote that?
what I'm saying is, I'm sure that there are places that do promote people that like Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai?
See, that
I
like
saw
Cobra
a
Kai.
movie where it happened, and then
Well, see, that's why I think
Daniel LaRusso had to set him straight.
like martial arts, it can, it can be humbling, and you can get humbled
Right.
really quick. So I think everybody should. at
Nick
least
trains
experience-
equalizers.
Yes, he does.
Nick trains equalizers.
Did your girls train at all?
Haley did. Actually, she
She did that grappling match.
she did a grappling match in
I went with you to that.
yeah. She did the you rode with us. It was in Big Stone, and she actually beat Angie Jordan. She went against Angie Jordan and got her in a sudden death takedown. Of course, Angie Jordan was
So
sick.
is stuff going on right now? People getting snatched up, people getting picked on in school, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's amazing that your girls know how to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Tough,
And that-
I've got a 12 and a 6-year-old,
And that's why I started
that
wrestling.
I would love to get into wrestling or something like that.
Yeah,
you know.
because I've always been this fat, pudgy, big-headed kid. I've been that way my whole life. But you
I
know,
thought you just got there.
Finally grew into it. Chris, we're proud of you.
but no, man, I grew up getting bullied. You know, and I'd come home just pissed off. I was known for having anger issues because of it. I was punching holes in my wall. I punched a hole through my door. My dad took my door off. You know how it is being a 16-year-old boy with no door on the
That happened last week. What are you talking about?
but no, after I started wrestling and everything, like my whole life changed just because I had an outlet. I was getting coached by somebody. If I was acting a fool, coach would make me go run goat trails till he got sick, stuff like that. Like, here's the first little bit of this article I read. Children are partaking in combat sports has been a hot debate for a long time. Now, due to the aggressive nature involved, many parents believe combat sports such as boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, karate promote violence and lead to violent temperaments.
I think that's totally false.
100% false.
I want to
Because
see.
That was written by.
Now,
There may be
I read this
Cobra
wrong.
Kai
It said,
somewhere.
why do kids who
All
do
of it.
combat sports at a young age better prepared for life? I just read that first part of the article and I was done with it. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think if you get your kids active at a young age, because, I mean, you can start doing karate when you're 2, 3, big enough to walk. If you have a kid that you think is going to be a bully or a kid that is being a bully to somebody, if you put them into some kind of martial arts, whether it's kickboxing, karate, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever, it gives them that outlet to go.
Did you see the link where it said something about Virginia illegalizing martial arts, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu? Did you see that? Mike Bailey, he had it on Facebook.
Teaches discipline. You're right, Brandon. Absolutely. I think like it's just like anything else. I mean, you got people in the military. You know, your military doesn't. You know, occasionally you got people that go crazy. That's not in your mind, but most people, yeah, because they're being in that, you know, those situations. But initially, you know, these guys are disciplined. They respect, you know, authority. Same thing with sport, like, you know, say like football. Football does not, you know, these guys they respect each other. It's a brotherhood. Same thing with martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
You get disciplined. You're taught that, and you don't use it. You're taught not to use it. You know, you use it to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it is. It's not.
It says Virginia to outlaw Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, Tai Chi, firearms instruction, and self-defense training under proposed law SB 64.
The good old communist state of Virginia.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
So, what I think, do you think it's some kind of hidden agenda to where they're trying to, I call it sheeping up people?
Yes.
To where they'd be less aggressive, just in case of a government takeover?
I don't know about
You
that
would
whole
think.
thing, but the whole like
Listen, it covers everything. Krav Maga,
Yeah.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, Tai Chi, plus firearms instruction and self-defense training under proposed law SB 64.
But isn't that like I don't know if it's the majority, maybe it's just the ones that are more outspoken nowadays, but they're just like non-violent, want to handle things with words, they're pacifists, like, I don't know, it's just the world is,
Or
we had a conversation like this before, where people are soft now,
Bunch
man,
of
they're so
pansies.
soft.
Or you throw this gigantic list out of this, and this, and if they can get one of them, like the gun or firearms training,
True.
to get that Second Amendment, they're just diverting everything away.
I see.
Did you notice the firearms train that you
Yeah.
just read off was last?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
they might be thinking everybody's, oh man, they're going to try to take jiu-jitsu away. Nobody's talking about taking their guns. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's a good outlook.
Well, y'all have heard,
Wake up, people.
y'all have heard about the
Wake up, America.
what is it, the red flag laws or whatever they're called? There's this thing. It wasn't on the news. I was scrolling through YouTube and saw a live feed.
Here we start with the conspiracy theories.
Here we go. Here we go. But
Here we go, Joe Rogan. You ain't got
There's-
nothing on us.
there's this guy in New York. It wasn't like New York City, but New York State that had a gun collection. You know, AR-15, 30 mags. 30 round mags. Yada yada. In the state of New York, if you get caught, if someone goes, "Hey, officer, this guy next door to me has AR-15s and 30 mag rounds," they can come seize your guns and arrest you. This guy did the most American thing. Said, "You ain't gonna take my guns." It's like had a standoff with the cops for like 6 hours. So what do you think about that, Jay?
How'd that work out for him?
He's
He still
No.
has his AR-15.
No,
His
he's-
30 round mags.
he's the sheriff's department didn't charge him with anything. Let him keep his guns. They took his mags away, but they let him keep his guns.
All because somebody said
Yeah,
cock-a-doodle-doo.
And then the next day, that person.
What
called
state was
in.
that?
She got
New
robbed.
York.
New York State.
Another.
And the 30-round mag is against the law,
Yeah,
but the gun isn't.
yeah,
So they took the mags.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I can do the same amount of damage with a 20 round mag as I can do with a 30.
Somebody comes in and tries to rob that lady. They made the call in. She's gonna be looking for somebody. She's gonna wish she had the
Exactly.
guns.
Another conspiracy theory. The moon landing. Go, Jay. Did it happen?
The moon landing.
I don't know, dude.
Eddie Bravo tells me no.
Look into it.
Yeah, just looking.
Is the Earth
Look
flat?
into it. Have you ever done DMT? Look into it.
Most conspiracy theories that I like watching like a full documentary.
Yeah.
They show you all the evidence
Yeah.
so you can get the big picture, and it'll make you think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
9/11,
100%.
landing on the moon.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
I always-
Kennedy assassination. You go
The,
through
the
all
Earth's
of it.
flat.
That's a whole nother
Hillary's
episode.
emails.
That's a
We
whole
talked
nother
about
episode
that,
we can
right?
get on.
No, we haven't. No.
Now,
Like if you look
here's
across
what-
the ocean.
Here's what got me. Shut up. Here's what got me. I should have stopped you with Oreos and pizza. earlier.
Have you
Listen,
ever seen?
Which might
Have
be
you ever been to outer space?
have you ever been to that space? Look it up.
Okay, and Devin's done.
See, what got me about the whole moon landing thing, and I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to be one of these conspiracy theorists. Conspiracy
That's a
theorists.
tongue twister.
I'm not going to be one of these conspiracy theorists. I'm not going to fall into it. We went to the moon. It did happen. We have documentation. We have pictures and cameras and the whole nine. Guess what? And this is the truth. They don't have the footage anymore.
Nope.
It's gone. They don't have video.
Like Hillary's emails.
But
Like Hillary's emails.
do we have pictures and videos?
No.
Do we? We don't. I mean,
No, it's
but
gone.
did we? Did we?
We did, but
Did
it's
we?
it's gone now, and they say that we can't
But did we?
can't make that trip.
I mean, Hollywood.
I don't know, Brian.
Hollywood is a little crazy.
I don't know,
They
Brian.
can,
True story.
they can make it up.
Yeah. Did you know that?
So, Cash, what do you think about 9/11?
Brandon said night, guys.
Here we go. Yeah, everybody's going not after
I've
that.
watched, I've watched the Loose Change documentary
I've
about
seen
it.
that too. I've seen that too.
Some of it is kind of make you go, but I think it was a terrorist attack. The Pentagon thing, the plane just doesn't disappear. That's all I'm going to say.
And here's something else too.
I
There's a
don't
third
know.
building that collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
There was
On the way on the
twins-
other side. Yeah.
The way and nothing hit it. It just went meh.
Kaboom.
It just
If,
it just
even if
failed.
we take that third one out, I don't know.
Why is
The
there?
passport
I don't know.
of the terrorist below the building.
It just fell out of
there,
the plane.
plain sight.
Yeah.
That you could walk down the street and just pick up.
I didn't know anything
And
about
that got blew. Yeah, I didn't either. Wow.
But just like the way,
Do you think Hitler's really dead?
yeah,
There's
probably.
a docu.
Oh my
Man,
He was
Next podcast,
Hitler's-
we're going to do nothing but conspiracy theories.
That's good. Can we
Screw the
please?
MMA talk for a
I'm gonna do
week.
a lot of research this week.
There's a chemical in the water that's making the frogs gay. And it pisses me off.
And it pisses me off, Joe. Let me tell you. The
So-
radio towers.
So if y'all
You're
want,
gonna choke me
if
before this podcast is over. You're gonna choke me, Eddie Bravo.
if anybody in the chat
Yeah.
wants us, we're gonna do it next week. That's gonna be the topic.
What?
Conspiracy theories.
Oh,
Really?
it's on.
Beautiful.
I'm
If
gonna have to
anybody
bone
in the
up on
chat, anybody that's tuned in wants anything to talk about,
that.
that's
Do we
conspiracy-
really?
Yes.
Yeah, we
I don't want to be Clinton suicide for some reason. And plus, if they want,
we all know she's with the Russians. It's
if
not
they
some
want
big secret.
that,
They gave ISIS the weapons.
They got so much subject matter on the Joe Rogan podcast when it comes to conspiracy theorists. Let's,
We're going to be talking about it, and all of a sudden the show's going to go.
how far are we into it?
It's about time. It's an hour and 57 minutes.
So we always should we wait for Devin to get back? Or
Yes.
should we go ahead and ask the question?
Devin, hurry up, wash your hands. The thing ain't that big.
Devin don't wash his hands. He don't wash.
Bless his
See if
heart.
he washes.
Bless his little heart. Everybody be quiet so we can listen to Devin P.
He gets kidney shot.
Let's see if his colon's working. Hey, Devin. Is it number 1 or number 2?
He's got
He's got to get in the zone.
his own, yeah.
He's got to say this. He's got to sing the choo choo song. He's got to hold his hand under the water.
Oh, man. 9/11.
9/11. I don't want to talk about conspiracy.
You don't want to do it, Jay?
No, I don't want to talk about conspiracy theories because it's been done to death. There's a lot to talk about, but nothing.
Devin's
gets solved.
washing his
Why
hands.
was there no footage of anything hitting the Pentagon?
Why was there no?
There is. There's a side view camera that shows something, that shows a flash coming in, but there was zero. I'm talking zero plane wreckage found.
No fuselage.
It looked
no
like a
nothing.
missile.
Hey,
And what
And
may
there was-
what may have happened?
There was no indention.
Something
of
hits the Pentagon.
of a plane hitting it.
The government's going to be all over it. So
Yeah.
they may have got everything picked up before
That's
any
what happened to
reporters
Hillary's
or anybody
emails.
could have got there. I mean, who knows?
Okay, anyway, yeah, we can go on and
So-
on about that.
So, what do you think about Treps and Peach